welcome to the first round of Azamp versus Minimoult of the ESOC TakkCafe Cup. This is a round of 7, and so the first player to get 4 wins will be going home with the victory today. In the northeast here, we have Minimoult playing as the British here for round 1. And then in the southwest corner, we've got the red. We've got Azamp. They're both playing British. We have British Mirror. Now, it looks like things are going pretty slow here. I'm not sure about the speed here. I don't know if there's a certain setting I need, but it does look like they're walking quite slow. Maybe Harrison can advise when he comes back. Maybe there's a setting we can do.
Yeah, probably turn your graphics down to minimum in all settings.
Okay, just change everything to minimum.
Because I look at it thinking, wow, is that what the game?
Yeah, I was like, it's going.
When you realize, actually, no, the game doesn't actually play well when it's set up to high settings and all this. I mean, you'll see you're streaming like, stream as low quality to me in Discord as possible. You don't want to spare. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. I think actually as well, due to the USA release, recording games play a little bit slower. But if you hit that, if you hit the play slow button, then play double speed, I think it should, be somewhat close to normal. If anything's slightly. Oh, well, no, your PC runs that really fast.
Is this better now?
I would quit, restart, and then don't touch the speed. Because actually, it looks like you got a very play slow and a very play fast setting there. So sometimes it's just like, it's just better just to.
Any of these settings? I didn't know if you had to match the players sent in any of their settings. I've got a 144 FPS.
Yeah, that resolution is damn. That's high. That is.
Maybe you can try. I don't know. We'll see. Let me restart it.
No, I mean, I don't think resolution matters at all.
Do you think I need to restart the game or just restart the rec?
Oh, just the rec. Yeah.
I usually when I'm reviewing recs, always like jump between fast and slow, so it's not a huge deal. Okay, that looks better, I think. Yeah, that looks normal.
Yeah. So a weird thing is like, at the moment it's playing at a very strange speed, but as soon as you touch to play fast and play slow, it kind of locks into the slower speed and the faster speed, and it can't make up its mind. But
is this fine? I can leave this like this is. Okay, let me turn on the fancy. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Is this good?
Yeah, go. So, White Watching, introduce it again.
Okay, so take 2. Welcome to round 1 of Azamp versus Minimoult of the ESOC TakkCafe Cup. Both players are playing the British here for round 1, and we're going for the first player to get 4 wins in this series. So up here in the northeast, we've got Minimoult. We are playing on the map Florida. And then in the southwest, we have Azamp, who we're going to refer to as A's for this series. Hopefully we have the speed settings okay. They're going moderately slow, but I think we might just leave it what it is for now. So let's see, I guess, how they're going to do this. A mirror, so we can really easily compare the 2 players. Now, Harrison, you have some kind of hotkey on for like switching between the 2 players, don't you? I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'll just click it. Okay, that's how you do it.
It's as basic as that.
The no decks selected yet. We'll have to see what they open up with. I haven't played any British mirrors in a while, so I'll do my best to point out what I'm noticing here. But we do have both players opening up with a trade post. It looks like A's was able to get his trade post just a little bit quicker there in the northeast. Bringing in these hunts. Yeah, those are hunting dogs coming in.
Open trading post looks like me, earlier 3 vills, but both players looking to go for a Virginia company build order.
Yeah.
So the trading post gives you extra experience points to send your Virginia company in transition, cheaper houses, good synergy with the 700 wood, big mana boom, and actually versus your opposing British player as well. You kind of, if you don't VC here, you really have to dictate and actually get some damage done when you are pushing early. So I think VC's kind of come in meta, but VC is 700 wood, and then probably expect a lot of musketeers.
I really want to click the speed up button, but I'm too afraid to mess with it.
yeah, try it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going okay. It's not too terribly bad. It is pretty slow. Like one of those video settings. Okay, looks like let's try it again. Going for the stray dog. A's is. Let's look at the. So how are you able? I've not able to pull up the player's chat. How are you able to do that?
Page up, I think it is.
Page up. There it is. I was trying to see what treasures have been picked up. Might be too many notifications.
You can press that filter notifications.
Oh, they got
reduce...
that. Gotcha. That does it. Okay. Oh, it's fine for now.
I don't know.
Okay, so it does look like A's was able to pick up this this war dog here, Fiesta. Meanwhile, we have Minimoult going for the 80 food treasure. He does have this scout up here, so getting some extra intel here to start the game. And very quickly, A's is going after another food treasure here. Let's check out their decks real quick, see if there's anything special. Okay, so A's has Virginia Company and does have Town Militia there for Age 1 cards. Let's look what Minimoult has. But he does not have the Town Militia, Town Defenses there. He has just the Virginia Company. Harris, does anything stand out to you in this deck? Let's see, we're looking at Minimoults right now.
We've got the 13 Jaegers in Age 3 there from Minimoult. It's quite often, though, these games are decided in Age 2, and we did see the extra Colonial Militia card there from A's. So having that extra card. Minimoult, I think I saw then, had Spice Trade as his last card in Age 2, whereas A's has gone for the 2 Caravels, which, you know, can be useful if any player decides to go for a water side eco, but I don't think any player here is intending to go for full water booms behind this.
Yeah, looks like A's has the refrigeration versus Minimoult does not. And Minimoult doesn't have any water cards. I saw the 2 Caravels.
Also, look at this, though. Minimoult, the early trading post, he's faking a Virginia Company boom. He's not actually sending the VC card here. He's got that ship stacked up, and he's going to be cheeky, being forward aggressive with it. What about Azak? Is he also not sending it?
He has not sent it yet.
Is this just better British play of the early TP and just basically playing standard no VC boom behind this? Interesting.
Ace's deck name. Let's see. What is it? Land? Land, but he's got 2 Caravels in there. But we'll see. No really significant water cards from either players. Looks like we got some forward manor houses here. Assuming FB probably going to go down. Let's see who's got line of sight here. So neither player is, I don't think, is aware that they're right in front of each other here. Oh, but going to find out really quickly.
Ready.
There.
No, but I think both players can anticipate a mid-map fight for control, because map control is a very important part in this matchup. A's does scout out the forward position of Minimoult. Minimoult's houses there would have scouted the villager as well. Both players are fully aware of each other. There's no commitment here from Minimoult to actually stay there, and he does pull back.
Yeah, A's has been just like a few seconds ahead on just a few of these things there to start the game, but making a difference getting this forward base.
Yeah, so it looks like A's aged up with 1 villager early. So maybe eating some sheep, cutting a bit of TC time to get that earlier age up. And that allows him to get that barracks out earlier, which means he can get those musketeers out earlier and put pressure on that forward base and start to gain control of the mid-map even before the actual fight
for the first shipment. Spice trade then said I would. Is that usual?
No, it's not. It's not usual, and I don't like it. I just don't like that. At this point, I don't see how that is. How that's
I'm
a
sure
wider
he's got a
shipment than
method
5
to
villagers.
his madness here. But
yeah, so Spice Trade gives you 20% on your hunting eco, and to get 5 villagers worth of eco, you're going to need 25 villagers hunting. But you know, a bit of pressure, a bit of raiding. Your hunts still go down at the same rate because the yield is also increased by 20%. But you need to have 25 villagers for it to even trade off as the same as the 5 villagers. But those 5 villas can be more flexible, working on different resources. But then you can always send Spice Trade at a later point and get a bit more advantage in that sense. So the tempo from Minimoult is doesn't give him much tempo from that card.
I'm excited to see what intel this scout could possibly pick up later. Maybe could make a difference sometimes. Okay, so it looks like we kind of have Minimoult poised in the defensive position here. Some longbows coming out for A's, with minimoult continuing production on musketeers. Let's see what shipment he sends now. So he has the wood coming in. He did send sight trade. Now he's going to send the villagers. Let's see what shipments A's has sent. The A's went for his 2 wood shipments, followed by 5 villagers. Very unique seeing that spice trade first. I'd be interested to hear from some people in chat, maybe some method behind this, the madness here of this spice trade first. But going to be making some musketeers. He does know that there are some longbows since they are sieging down that manor. He'll pick up a little bit of XP. Harrison, what do you think? Is it? I know. I feel like in old Age of Empires, I used to never siege manors because they would get that villager. But I feel like they upped the bounty, didn't they? Make it worth it.
It's in this case, it's worth it for the main reason that Virginia Company has not been sent. So Minimoult's housing is only at 50 mana population. He needs to build another 16 mana pop to get to the full mana pop, and then another one to replace the one he's just lost. So it's a long time away until that extra villager will creep onto the map. But that extra experience will help A's shipment progression, and you can see how A's has gone for the 700 wood, the 600 wood, making more manas, so that's more villagers gathering. So keep up the eco in a different way, but more experience points from the building construction, giving Azak that more tempo advantage. And you can see it in the scores as well. He's taking off in the score advantage. I don't think the Spice Trade here to start off is the best card. Some people in the chat were saying Spice Trade here, mainly going for the extra yield, so extra resources available in each tier within that close town center proximity. So
he does have a lot of hunts here.
Yeah, but he's got double back safe hunts as well, so the actual shortage of food is not really the primary concern of Minimoults.
Gonna pick up the second manor here. Maybe. Okay, Minimoult's looking okay here army-wise. What's A's have coming up? A few more musketeers, but they kind of surround here. He does have more longbows, but under pressure, they're gonna need to keep moving back. Okay, so okay trade there for Minimoult, picking up a few of A's units. What's going on up here? We got a musketeer raid. I missed if any villagers went down. So far, 1 musketeer, 2 musketeers going down. I see Minimoult sitting on 34 vills versus A's 40 vills at that moment. Oh, okay. So big difference in villager count there. In comes 2 caravel shipment right on the water. So he's going to control, I guess he's going to pick up this manor easily. He could have his army, could pop in there if he wanted. Maybe control this hunt if he doesn't get this away. I don't know if he is aware that this is here quite yet. Let's see. No, he doesn't know yet. Meanwhile, we got another fight going on up here. Some musketeers. Yeah, man, A's really doesn't like that manor. I feel like this is a strong response to to one manor, but maybe he just really wants to keep him pinned down in his base. He's kind of has him surrounded, doing some raiding with some musketeers on the left side. And maybe he's in this for the long haul just to secure map control. But he certainly has the water at this moment. Let's see what Minimoult's got. Well, we know that Minimoult doesn't have any... I don't think he has any water shipments in his deck. Nope, no water shipments from him. So really no way to contest those caravels if he wanted to, though. Maybe he'll just be okay with it. Be curious if... Yeah, I doubt we'll see A's going for the water anytime soon. Okay,
so the main point I would say at this point, which I find quite interesting, is A's gone for this 2 caravel shipment just to kind of secure the coastline. There's quite a few hunts, put pressure on that manor house, get the extra XP. But he's now a card behind on the shipments. Minimoult is sending... I think he was sending Azank was sending his first Musketeer upgrade card. But at this point, Minimoult was just about to send that card of Musketeer attack. He's likely going to be sending it now, unless he's going to send a coin for the age up. He's going to send Musketeers. So at this moment, Azank could have double carded Musketeers, engaging Minimoult's 0 carded Musketeers, because Minimoult went for that 1 extra card off the Spice Trade. Another reason why the Spice Trade was a bit of a questionable play. Yeah, so A's could have had that military spike of significantly stronger units. Yes. But both players postulating around with their Musketeer mass. And unless A's makes a play for the water, the 2 caravels, I don't think he's got enough tempo or value from that shipment for it to be worth it.
Yeah, very interesting. Both players, picking some cards that maybe we wouldn't have expected. But I don't know. Sometimes I like seeing different things than what we always accept as meta getting used in a game here. But certainly, I'm not so sure about the 2 caravels down here at the moment. Minimoult's army looking quite strong at the moment. Looks like some Hussar raids happening in the back. A's got some Hussars coming in the front. Has been doing a good job harassing Minimoult's economy, though of course losing some units. Right now, villager-wise, A's is sitting on 48 vills versus Minimoult's 43 vills. And I'm assuming market techs are in here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we get to look at the villager, right? Steel traps. He scores that spice trade. Hunting dogs. Let's see what's going on with the A's. Steel trap. Okay. Yep. So what's kind of the standard? What you would expect here?
Yeah. So now that Minimoult's got the more rated, I was just confused of who had how many villagers and who's hunting. But because this actual pressure from Azank forcing villagers off the hunt for the time being before coming back on, this food eco from Minimoult's a bit disturbed. He's not getting that full value of spice trade that he would have wanted at this point. But that eco is starting to take off and get comparable to Azank. That score is getting closer and closer as the game goes on. A's probably has a few extra villagers, a few more mana population, but that spice trade technology is actually really helping Minimoult's eco to grow. A's like missing that timing with the
second card coming in here.
Yeah, so that's Mini's second card. Has A's got his second card in already? I think he does. Yeah, so at this point he can check his opponent's musketeers, realize he's got a card advantage, and this is when he wants to be pushing.
Got 2 fights on these fronts.
He's got a slightly numbers deficit, but once that card comes from Minimoult, he's got more musketeers. A's needs to back and think of a new strategy because Hussars are not going to cut
he
it.
missed a big pop of musketeers here. He only got 2 out and had the resources to boot. Maybe he needed to sell some food to get the gold he needed. That's certainly going to put him behind the numbers at the moment. These Hussars survived so far. Musketeers chasing him down.
Yeah, so the thing with Minimoult going full infantry at the moment, he's got enough musketeers to hold the front line while sending a few musketeers onto his food source to protect from the raiding Hussars. So for every 5 Hussars that A's invests, that's the same amount of resources as 10 musketeers, and 10 musketeers can just sit on those hunts. They're double carded. They're so strong as anti-raiders that the Hussar play at this point is not working. Florida is a map with a high amount of huntable resources, and in this spawn there was so A's play of trying to raid his opponent to death is just not quite working at the moment. Minimoult sending 700 coin, looking to age up behind this, I believe. He's not going to throw down a stable and go mass Hussars. I think he's just going to, age up, send Musketeer combat into 2 Falconets, go for the Give Anxiety build order at this point. A's may actually want to be trying to do something different. Could go water play with the 2 Caravels to cover that. But currently his Hussar working.
I thought A's was going to have a stronger opening with that forward base and then with that first card being Spice Trade, but Minimoult's looking very good right now. But by the way, big shout out to EGC TV coming in with 5 gifted subs. Big thank you. I know I don't have all the fancy notifications set up right now, so you'll get the custom one from me. Thank you. Okay, we got 2 Hussars just parked down here on this hunt, maybe waiting for unsuspecting villagers. Not sure if he picked up a villager down there or not earlier when we weren't watching. But not a whole lot going on right now as far as the action. What's up here? We got Explorer poking at the manor. Villager-wise, we've got A sitting on 59 versus Minimoult's 50 villagers, so a 9 villager difference there. The score looking nice for Minimoult at the moment. We got some musketeers coming in for a raid up top. Will they pick off Minimoult's few musketeers he has here, but we'll see. His army's kind of in a nice position. Not much going on mid-map. We see a little skirmish here. Let's see the line of sight of Minimoult. Does he know they're there yet? Maybe just expects them coming. It does look like maybe A's is just trying to stay on top of these hunts. I really like that he's got these 2. Oh, he must have scouted it. Does he? He must have known they were there all along. So these Hussars are going to get cleaned up.
So both players aging at the moment. I know Minimoult's aging, just checking if A's is also during that age up process.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, A's is just slightly behind.
Yeah, so like With this kind of like weird card order here from Azank with the 2 caravels and then going to Hussars and not winning the Musketeer War, I felt like A's had to then reinvest into an additional batch of Musketeers to hold some sort of military presence, and then he's aging up later as a result of it.
But taking a fight right now. Not looking like a very favorable trade for A's at the moment. I'm really wondering what A's rationale was on those 2 caravels. Maybe he was going to bait his army to the sea. Maybe it was a plan at some point, but it seemed like a huge investment.
Rule number 1: never try to understand how Azank plays.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by it.
It's a different tier of knowledge that Aid has, and we bow down and respect the master elephant and his craft of Age of Empires 3. But Minimoult has aged up to the Fortress Age ahead of Aid. He's researching veteran musketeers. He's calling 2 falconets first. I kind of actually would have preferred the musketeer combat. He initially selected that card, but changed into the cannons. Either all good cards, but I think with this huge mask of musketeers, and then that's technology advantage, you can push the fight and get a very, very strong trade. And at the moment, that tech's nearly coming in, but Minimoult should be marching. He should be making the most of this time he has. Every second now is so precious. Go, go, go. Let's do it. And off goes the armies of the British player of
now,
Minimoult.
A's has got a few longbows in the mix here. 21 longbows to be exact, with more being trained. So they could have a decent turtle here until these cannons show up, of course.
Yes, but we have colonial longbows, no card upgrades on the tool, versus veteran musketeers with triple carded. So
here come those
plus
Falcons.
30% HP. Well, with the veteran as well, like it's like plus 60, plus,
one
plus
hit
50
on
HP in attack. It's so strong.
And he's attacking the barracks that was researching the veteran longbows.
Ouch! Yeah, that's quite awkward.
Veteran Musk back here. He does have a culverin in queue.
Yeah, so that means that A's has to push back. He's got a couple of musketeer raids as well, very strong.
This is going to be nice. He'll just keep moving north here. He's going to run into these. He's got a lot of his army distracted with them too. So he's able to just keep pushing here and during the middle.
The Castet's asking for an IP check. Are we seeing some remnants of Sompu Konku player style coming out from Minimoult? See, even this little raid is buying so much time for himself. He's dragging the entire army of Azak while Minimoult's just pushing through the middle.
Let's see what happens here. Now, he does have 2 culverins, which Minimoult does not have any culverins yet. He has 1 in queue at the moment. Let's see how this positioning happens on these Falcons and get a good shot on a few of his musketeers. Okay, could be a big battle. We didn't really see any cannon gameplay in the last series. I don't think much of any cannons.
Yeah, that's mainly because Kaiser was playing some of the native civilizations who don't necessarily have access to cannons, as well as being aggressive with his other civilization, Spanish, in the final game. So not actually getting to the Fortress Age, where we do see a cannon fighting both players. Yes, Minimoult calling the culverins to counteract Azank's 2 falconets himself. Mini doesn't quite know that Az has got culverins of himself on the field.
Still raiding up here, and the villager gap has just about been closed. Looking at Minimoult's 58 versus Az's 58, so they are tied now. And at one point, Az was almost 10 villagers up. So he's made that difference with the. Think of the value he's gotten on these musketeers that just run through the economy line.
Ready.
Yeah, and this is when that spice trade value just gets so strong. The value rinse from that 20% food eco on all your villagers, as well as all the hunts having that 20% yield bonus as well. So there's more available resources to go for.
Hussars aren't aware. It's running right through. Ooh, those are going to go down. Definitely his attention was elsewhere. Every one of those Hussars. A good trade there for A's. Kind of lucky pop on those Hussars. Looks like he's sending some more veteran musketeers out here to do some raiding. He does still have 3 at the top.
Do you know what the sad part of that was? That was his 5 Hussar shipments. So that's a shipment just basically being completely wasted. No value achieved shipment compared to, let's say, the musketeer combat, which is continuously affecting all his units. That big fight hasn't happened just yet, but does Mini need to push it gender? He's probably a little bit ahead of the eco, but also relatively even for the time being.
Spice trade.
A's has still got a strong amount of villagers behind this, and looking at resources, it's either a bit of miss macro or a tentative think
We got a
like goes
small raid
full
going on.
phase.
Oh, right before this town center got finished. Oh, did he clean those villagers up? He did. Oh, man. Hate when that happens. Oh, my gosh. Look how close that was.
How many villages have A's got?
A's has 62 vills, so Minimoult is now up on vills. Falk's hitting nicely on these musketeers. No culverin shots yet. Man, Minimoult's using a lot of musketeers. Does get it one shot on a falconet. Another shot on the culverin. One culver goes down. A shot. Now his culvers are quite bunched up. Can he get that second culverin down? So much carnage.
Just imagine who his 5 stars came into the fight right now.
Yeah,
Once he lost
oh,
to the
man.
early raid, that would
Yeah.
change the fight so much.
Meanwhile,
But
we
these
do
veteran
have
longbows, no cards on them,
skirmish.
just not really doing the damage versus the triple carded musketeers. This is why longbows are very awkward versus heavy infantry. And yeah, he's just losing the units, and all those cannons are still on the field for Minimoult. Minimoult taking the economic lead,
stopping that forward town center and cleaning up a few villagers with it too.
Yeah,
It's like
he's
the
pushing him
momentum
with
of
cannon
A's
support.
economy.
He's got the military advantage, map control. It's looking
Second
very
town
good
center.
for Minimoult.
A villager migration. And there we go, another musketeer raid. So no culverins popping out to contest. The artillery foundry goes down unless A's has another one somewhere on the map, which I'm not seeing. So looking really good for Minimoult here.
I would ask, do you ever find artillery hotkey, but you play Lakota, so no. It's quite useful hotkey.
What's that?
So these machines can fire cannonballs very, very far, but you wouldn't know what that is. But it's still more raid and topside, more villagers having to engage into villager combat at the moment. And I think A's had a map with the one less hunt behind his base, so yeah, they're unfortunately having to push out for resources at a quite an untimely time. 2 Falconets getting some nice volleys on there with longbow mask. Low HP's tucked up, big boom there. 5 longbows
There's an
getting
artillery
dropped.
foundry.
Yeah, is he training anything though?
One Falcon.
Yeah, one Falconet.
A lot of wood in the bank. Let's look at Minimoult's economy, just plenty of res to spare. Oh man, the villagers going in for the kill. There you go. The backbone of the British Army, the villager. And she packs a punch, but unfortunately does get down.
Although it's a nice spectacle, you can't do this if you want to win the game in a British mirror. Just losing your eco allowed Minimoult to have that greater reinforcements, and the GG has been called.
Man, a more interesting British mirror than I expected there at the start. Some interesting card choices from both players, and Minimoult having a nice turtle, and I felt kind of almost come back towards the middle. I thought A's had some really nice aggro there, but I feel like the caravel shipment really changed his momentum. A little more res there out of A's overall. Let's look at the villager count. You can see A's was ahead on villagers for almost the entire game until the ending. And yeah, military. It looks like Minimoult, once he was able to get ahead for this first battle, it just kind of took off from there. Very cool. Well, let me update the score. So Minimoult takes the first win of this series. If I can find where my score is. There it is. And my cat is chewing on my phone cable. Hey, stop that. Jeez. Okay, let's back on out of there. And I see Harrison has sent me the other games. I'm going to throw all of these in real quick. Are they in like
Also,
random
you got
order?
the
I see
you got
game
the
2, then game 7.
and game 5 and game 4, then game 6. Oh, don't forget game 6. Then there's game 3. You got the Streamlabs widgets locations there, so you can add. I think it's like a browser source. Chuck those in, and then that's your instant kind of those ESOC taunts.
Oh, you
and
sent them to me?
the ESOC donation bar.
Okay.
But do you say your cat was chomping on a telephone cable? Like my cat's
my phone charger, yeah, is going for it. Okay, let me see where the you sent me the Streamlabs. Okay, so this is the donation. Okay, this is
drum roll
live production here. This is what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, once it's done once, it's just there ready for use all over
Okay,
every time.
there we go. Is that in the right spot? Does that look good?
That'll do. You can chuck it more in the middle, but that will also do right there, I think.
Okay, there we go. And then here's another one. Stock notifications.
Obviously, we can't see it just yet. We need somebody in the chat to add a donation or a subscription for us
Yeah.
to see if Fitspo has successfully installed the browser
Where do you like
widgets
to
on
put
the
the
side.
notifications? Do you put them on the right side or something usually? I don't want to bog
Not
it down.
over the UI, so somewhere above
Top,
the UI.
from top left.
You could be really annoying to have it like full size across the entire screen just to make sure everybody knows who did what. But I kind of like it
Hey,
like
I've
big
got
size
like,
on the
music
right.
and lights and the whole shebang. So I go grand with my notifications.
Don't you get annoyed by that though?
I don't know.
There's only
It's
so many
can't be too
times.
annoyed. I
There's
mean,
only so many times you can hear
the
like,
craziest was the time Zuda donated. There we go. That looks nice.
oh,
Zuda donated 50 subs, and that Fox flute thing went off 50 times in a row while I was in a game. It
oh,
was
oh
wild.
God, I think I remember that. Is that like the meme where they don't like a kid who can't play it very well?
yeah. That's the sub
God,
notification.
rest in peace. Oh, let's crack on.
Okay, I'm gonna open this. Trying to get all the things loaded in here. Okay, I hear sounds. EGC TV donating $50. Thank you for the test. Apparently, I need to just run more tests of my notifications on stream, huh?
I
Okay.
mean, that's the fun thing. Like in Streamlabs, when it says like run a test just to check it works, it says anonymous tester has donated £622. You're thinking, oh my God, that's a huge amount of money. Why do they put that in as a test like number? Like it's like these random numbers come up.
Okay, so we're gonna dive into game 2 here. This is a best of 7 series with Minimoult picking up the first win of the day. And let's see what we got. Is the speed? Would you be okay if I turn the graphics back up? I think it's not going to change the speed. Or do you like this? I like having some decent looking game.
I mean, like for me, like the low graphics look clean. I know it's
Yeah.
a weird saying, but like
I think everyone has their personal
you can
preference on
tell
it.
what a berry bush is. You can tell what
That's
a
true.
tree is. Where before, sometimes I'm clicking on these bushes, and it's just like, oh no, this is like a little happy bush instead of Minimo dropping 57.61, fixing the donation bar.
Oh boy, there we
What
go.
a lad! Celebrating his first victory. #NAmen.
Well, let me I'll introduce the start of this game here. So, welcome to round 2 of the ESOC TakkCafe Cup, the best of 7, round of 8. And for this game, we have Azimk playing as the Swedish here in the southernmost portion of the map. We are on Dakan, which does have these extra crates. And on the north, we have Minimoult playing with Inca. We did see Keister playing Inca on this map in the last series. So we'll see if he decides to go for a native rush as well. And I don't know about you, Harrison, but I feel like maybe a quick Inca pressure against Sweden, it could be quite successful here.
You know what? Actually, I think you're right. Like I was saying, like, oh yeah, you could just do the same strategy for the memes and lulls, but actually, it's not a bad suggestion. Zapotek's having heavy multipliers versus the Karolians. The Swedish civilization no longer having the access to the 8 crossbow shipments in the second age. They still have the 2 leather cannons, but we do have the potential for some Sufi war elephants as well to tank and get in on top of any cannon defense.
And as I kind of pointed out at the top of that last game, with everyone starting these extra crates on this map, Inca's able to get their festival big button in very quickly to get villagers. So he's already on 12 villagers here versus Sweden's 8. Of course, we have some in-base torps going down and one also a mid-map. He did go for a wood torp, which I saw for a while people were building a ton of wood torps, and then it seems like people have gone back to doing torps on gold. What do you think about where should we be building these torps these days?
Well, they nerfed the amount of trees which we picked up by a torp from 7 to 5. So even that torp A's has got down. There's only got 4 trees on it.
Yeah.
Really should be trying to find a spot we can get all 5 on. I think he could have tucked it in that little gap a little bit more, but there's enough trees in base to torp, and behind his base he's got a wood line as well. And actually, torping that wood line would hide the fact to your opponent, but you are torping your wood line. So
Oh,
a
nice
little bit
wood
strange
treasury.
to see the mid-map villager there already, but I suppose that can give him a springboard to torping the middle coin mines, and
Yeah.
this could be an early sign of mid-map control here from A's, possibly forward
And
barracks.
Minimoult does know that he already has this forward torp very early on, as far as if he is going for some early gameplay. Now we do have shipment coming in right now, American allies. So I would assume that means we're going to be seeing the famous Inca native rush, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, I've just something posted in the chat. The natives which spawn on this map are not constant, so I don't think we have the Sufi Mosque. I think it's
We have
Bhakti and
Udasi and Bhakti.
Chakrams, Udasi. Yeah, Udasis are, you don't often see that, but the Bhakti temple. This could a big brain play from Aids could be going for the Bhakti temple and then researching veganism to get the plus 40% on berry gathering from villagers. But there's lots of berries on
Well, that's over here.
Deccan, and you can also gather from your torps berries, the blackberries, the blueberries. So there's a potential for that.
You gotta research that vegetarianism. Okay, here comes Minimoult's Travois here. Who's carrying that? We've been looking at these. So this is just a guy carrying it. No wheels. He's got two people, right? Yeah, there we go.
God, that
No
must
donkey.
be back-breaking work.
Yeah, what do you think's in there?
Oh,
Okay.
it's an entire. It's like, look how big this building is going to be. It's an entire native embassy, and that was being carried by these two poor lads. Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, the Incan war chief must really hate these two poor servants of the Incan Empire. Like, what have they done to deserve this? And it's not like they go back to do work in. They just disappear into thin air. They're poof. They're gone.
Yep. Okay, so our native embassy's down. Working on that age up. Looks like both players are going to age. Looks like A's will get up just ahead of Minimoult. So obviously going to be seeing some Corallians coming out of Sweden here. What else would we be making? I guess he could possibly drop a stable, but I doubt we will be seeing that. And there we go. Minimoult's got two military production buildings basically ready to go here for once he hits the second age. He does have his torps back here. This could be an easy torp to pick off, maybe. Oh, look at that. I said we might not see one. We got a side stable going up from A's over here on the east side of the map. Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, so from Minimoult's perspective, it's always tempting to kind of go around the side and trying to like deny torp boom in that sense, I guess, in pressure on all the coin mines. But I kind of feel that with this like real heavy aggression, that timing they have, it'd be better served just going into the main base and idling all the villagers.
Yeah.
There's torp mines on the gold mine there, so you can still pick off the torps. And if you've got enough siege and not enough defenses, well, that could be goodbye town center. And yes, Azan's got a forward stable. That's cute, but against Zapotec Lightning Warriors, that's not really the building you need.
But no, and I did want to point out for those who aren't very familiar with Inca, you're able to set that shipment point. So when he hit age 2, he was able to instantly get this Tambo down. I know the first time that I went up against this, I was so confused how they had so much forward so quickly. But yeah, these buildings pop out right here at the forward base. And here we go at the just under the 5-minute mark, moving in to Aze's base. He's going to run into this outpost. We'll see what he's able to pick up. And I guess we're probably going to see some Hussars, I guess, out of A's going to raid. But certainly, I don't know what he's going to do about his defense right now. He's sending leather cannons, but he's just now putting down that barracks, so I'm not sure how he's going to defend them. He will need a wall, which I wouldn't underestimate Aze's quick walling abilities here. But will he even get this barracks up if these villagers go down? Looks like I think he will. One villager goes down. Militiamen are called and still work on that barracks. That tower is just about dead. And let's see what's going on. Is he going to pick up anything with these Hussars in the Inca base? Okay, one villager going down, going for a second. Minimoult looks like has recognized that this is going on. Has lost, it looks like 2 villagers, going to do some idling. But I'm not sure this could be enough. Yeah, these plume spearmen are going to be very effective at sieging down these torps. We got 35 siege damage out of these guys. But we do have leather cans moving out front. I thought they might misclick and get popped here. Okay, so he does know that they are there. He still has all of his Minutemen are alive. Meanwhile, the Hussars are picking off some villagers. Let's see. Minimoult's on 16 villagers. They are both on 16 villagers at the moment.
Welcome to the age of house booming empires, where you don't need villages for an eco, you just need houses.
It's just like losing houses.
Which you can't raid houses, they can't go idle. So yeah, raiding these low villager civs kind of makes not that much sense because they prolong the life of the natural resources within their base as well. So the actual idea of Azank opening Hussars is even more curious. I would say questionable, but just curious. Knowing that there will be Zaptec lightning.
More. Nope, just good on the Grolians now.
I think Minimoult will be a bit annoyed that the Sufi did not spawn, and he's got 2 anti-infantry units of the Tiger Claws and the Dassi Hoop Throwers.
Now he was able to distract Minimoult a little bit as far as taking pressure off his forward base. I wonder if Minimoult will be able to siege enough torps. Sometimes I feel like it's a futile effort trying to stay on top of these torps against someone who's really, really good at cockroaching these torps around the map. But he's doing okay, scouting them out. Let's look at his line of sight. So he has spotted, it looks like, the gold mines here on the side of this map. Sending some spears there, which will do a decent job at sieging. And that's one thing, at least with this unit comp he has here, is he does have a decent amount of siege to be able to quickly take care of some of these torps or these stable. But it does look like Ace Fine does have a little army here with his leather cannons. I was worried his leather cannons were going to get swept away if that pressure had held up. Ace still has these initial 5 Hussars being annoying in the base, which is nice for him. I almost would have, I don't know if he already had called his Spearman big button, but would have just thrown it in base here just to keep these off my back. But it does look like we have some Plume Spearmen taking down some torps on the left side of the map. And starting to put some Jungle Bowmen in the mix. Stable goes down. Hussar still alive.
Yeah, and we've only 2 Hussars. I feel like if the 2 Hussars get onto a clump of villagers, the villagers should be able to just stand and fight and punch those Hussars down. With a bit of hand support, with the help of the teams, he can back to what he does best. But the Tiger Claws, they don't do well versus the Corollians. The Hoop Throwers are just... they do well versus the Corollians, but I think he would have really hoped to have the War Elephants over the Tiger Claws situation. How he's been out on the map taking down torps has been quite nice. He has put some pressure on, but it also has just given A's more time. And there's a couple more batches of Corollians guarding the leather cannons. So there's that infantry siege combination. The Corollians will do the cannons will do very well versus the bowmen at this point. And then with enough ranged infantry, the Zapateks may fall over. So a bit tougher for Minimoult. Yeah?
I think against Sweden, you got to keep the pressure on because I feel like time is only helps them out as they get more torps down. They get blueberries in. Have they sent? Yeah, blueberries have been sent. Oh, one big hit there from the leather cans. He is going to lose this war hut, which will stop his ability to produce jungle bowmen. So he's going to need to drop down another one somewhere.
Yeah, he's trying to engage the jungle.
Where did his Chimus go?
The bowmen have a...
Oh, he didn't have any? I thought I saw some Chimu out here.
They've probably been gone when in the base and maybe lost the town center, but they were defending the Hussar raid earlier.
Now look at this. He's got just like a few units all around the map checking out where these torps are. Maybe he'll be able to clean up these 5 Corollians.
I think Tiger Claws are very, very low siege. They're not that great versus that on building duties and just much better in the fight. And a couple of Corollians being picked off here from Minimoult. Good pick up there from the bowman. The leather cannons are turned to engage. I think Minimoult's gone deep enough now.
Behind Zapatek on the leather cannon. There we go. He was able to pick up both those leather cannons. Interesting tactic. He went around the side maybe just to draw his attention and then was able to flank him. He still has some Chimu chilling.
Look how strong his Zapateks are. They're so tanky, but also multiplied versus the Corollians. You know, known for their strong hands, combat stats. But there's nothing compared to Zapatek Lightning Warrior.
Your voice is breaking up a little bit. I'm going to hang up and recall you real quick. Does that work?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that. We'll get Harrison back on here. I think you need to disconnect from it. I think it keeps you in the call. We'll try
Okay,
that.
cool.
Oh, you sound fine now. We'll see how it goes. You're kind of a robot before. Robot Harrison. Let me reshare my screen. Okay, there we go. I think we should be good. Okay, so looking nice for minimoult at the moment. Was able to take out those leather cannons, which was very nice. Looks like an artillery foundry going down for A's. He's not aging yet. I guess he's gonna be making some leather cannons. What's going on with minimoult? Nothing huge shipment wise. How many conchas does he have in base? He has 10 of those at the moment. Let's see how many torps we have on the
Where's
map.
the fight? Where's the...
9 torps.
Yeah, back on the fight.
Yeah. I can't tell who's winning. I think Inca is winning this fight. We got villagers in the action. Over here we got just some Chimus doing a little bit of siege. I almost feel like those Chimus would have been better off in the battle here.
Yeah, but the Chimus here would be very good versus the villagers, raiding infantry.
The Zapatek don't do like any damage to villagers.
Yeah, it's a unit which relies on its multipliers, but they still would beat a villager on a 1v1, but at the moment they're trying to focus on the Corollians. It looks like A's has angered the Tiger with this splash damage from... Well, just must right-click to the Tiger, unfortunate, so we'll use a Corollian to the Tiger, but has managed to beat back and push back the Incan aggressive for the time being. May have lost a couple of villagers as well. Torp count from Sweden, not looking too good, only 100 population, so the pressure from minimoult with his plume spearman running around has, managed to reduce the eco potential from Sweden. And I think those Chima runners are just running around just to trying to find any more of those villages out on the map, trying to torp the mines.
Prevost, so I'm assuming he's going to take this east side of the map. He's got a few Chimu. Yeah, it was both players really with kind of like no army right now. We've got a few units, so they kind of traded as far as army goes. Kind of back to square one here. Okay, we got Torp going down here on the food and the wood. Man, it was kind of like a desperate spot.
That's fine though. That's fine. I think players can Torp hunts a little bit more, and a really smart Torp location versus, let's say, a European civilization with more villages would be Torping enemy hunts, just so that the Torp can shoot the hunts and kill all the animals and let those animals decay naturally. I don't think we've got to that level of laming. Some would say playing the game of Age of Empires beautifully. But I think that's another potential Torps can do. But they gather from hunts as well. He's gathering from trees.
Oh, no.
So he's going to get some advantage. And do we see Tambo's not getting into the trading slot?
Tambo is not doing his job. Maybe the hunt is annoying.
Has the Southern Tambo made it, though? Yes, it has.
It did survive. It's the northern one being built. Northern one is being built. I wonder how long it'll take minimoult. Oh, there we go. He was able to get going. Okay, there we go. Just definitive edition things for you. Okay, he does have a leather cannon. He has put down artillery foundry to train up some leathers. So fully committing here, obviously, in age 2. And now he is sending in the Chica Brewing. So he's gonna have a good boost to his food. He does see the Tambo going down, but I think these jungle bowmen will probably scare them away. Look, he did back off. Is he gonna get stagecoach? Yep, stagecoach. As I said it. And putting down another stable, this time going for the in-base stable. What is that up to the north side? Oh, okay, he's got 3 Corollians. I don't know if they've actually raided anything out here, but they are at least out on the map. Oh, there's a low HP Torp. How are these things doing? Yeah, got plenty of health. So right now, very even. Even look at the score, almost identical. Those leather cannons are going to start to change the tide of this battle. I think he's going to need some Chimu to take care of them, probably. A sending in spice trade at the moment.
Oh, why is A's got spice trade in the Swedish deck? That's even worse. That's even worse.
Yeah, who's hunting right now? Yeah.
Okay, he's got 29 villagers, but it's not like... I mean, I guess it's the only way... It's like a pseudo-villager shipment, because obviously Sweden don't get villager shipments, so... In that sense, yes, but you kind of...
Maybe we are learning in the series that spice trade is OP. We just don't know.
Yeah, it's awkward because ideally in a Swedish game you'd have all your torps on blueberries gathering your food income, but I think has due to how Mini has put pressure and reduced that number of torps on the map.
Now,
A's needs this
can these
additional food
bowmen
income.
contest these leather cannons where they pick them off?
Oh yeah, certainly the poison damage is very
Yeah.
strong versus artillery.
Maybe he's just not too afraid of them at the moment. Now, some Hussars could do damage here. He doesn't have any. Okay, 5. He is training up some spears. Oh boy. Down goes 1 leather.
At the end of the day, leather cannons, they're strong, but they're not like amazingly strong.
Yeah.
What is strong versus bowmen though is a 5 Hussar switch
Oh,
with no
boy.
anti-infantry
They're
cover
almost
nearby.
there.
So
They're
this is-
coming, but they're not there yet. They're gonna pop right here. But oh boy, man! If minimoult just had a few more seconds or had pulled back until his plume spears had been there, this is not looking good. What's going on down here? Okay, I guess we have the explorer and a few Corellians. These 3 Corellians at the north part of the map haven't done anything yet. Okay, and then he did do the scouting party, so this was his plume spearman, big button. So grabbing another Hussar, but looks like the rest are going to kite back, and these spearmen are going to get wiped out. But looking really nice for A's right now. He survived with a few units, got a few Hussars, his Corellians, and a leather cannon. And minimoult essentially has only these 5 spearmen right now. Looks like he's going to go try to siege something else. And these Corellians are going on for some raids. I wonder when he's going to use these 3.
Yeah, so Azank is secure in the middle of the map. That should give him access to more hunts and more resources. I think there's a couple of trees he could torp. There's one mine he could torp as well if this war hut goes down. I would like to see Azank pivot his efforts and push the right-hand side of the map where that 3 TP stagecoaches go in. We do see a 5 Corellian raid on top of villagers. Those villagers away from any garrison point. No, actually, no, they can garrison into the trading post because they're playing as the Incan civilization, but does lose 3 villagers, which is quite unfortunate. Doesn't have his great coats. Get your great coats, but if you can take down a couple of TPs and take them from himself, that should really secure Azak the long-term eco as the troops start to run low.
Almost shipping in spears. He's got a lot of spears at this moment. See what other unit shipments he... Okay, he's about out of... No more unit shipments left to send. Okay, he's got 20 plume spearmen. Up against, we got A's has 24 Corellians and 6 Hussars plus our 4 leathers. I don't know how these spears are going to handle these.
Well, he's trained spearmen versus musketeers in like simple kind of like rock paper scissors format. You know, men with guns stronger than men with pointy sticks. Men with pointy sticks are only good versus cavalry, but most of this army is anti-infantry and heavy infantry of the Corellians. So really strong trades coming out here from Azang. Mini losing a lot of units in that central position. Holding firm on the right-hand side, but he's losing that ground. A couple of his bowmen are now exposed. Here comes another reinforcement batch of Hussars. 10 on the field for the time being. And those spearmen are just a low count. I haven't actually seen Azank use the charge ability for his Crones for the time being. This would be a good time for him to use that charge ability to get down onto the bowman and even have the plume spearmen in hand combat. Chimu's come out to try and help, but Corellians with their range multipliers versus the Chimu's the perfect units to deal with this fast raiding units, but minimoult has. And at the moment, he's trying his best to pick up the leather cannons, possibly overpricing them, but taking really poor trades. Mini's on his last legs at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he could come back from this. I really wonder what might have happened if minimoult had, if those jungle bowmen in the middle had survived before, like if those spearmen had been there that were getting ready to pop. Perhaps he could have been able to win that fight. And this could be a different game we're looking at here. See if we do get out, they're able to get the leather cannons that are going to get swept up by the Corellians and the Hussars. And right now, those torps are definitely going to be putting in some overtime. Got 18 torps.
Yeah, Azank climbing up to 180 torp population. Does have the blueberries, not the full
couches.
blueberry kind of population, because quite a lot of torps were built after blueberries are sent, but still gives him bonuses for every torp he does build afterwards. That eco is strong. He's staying H2, just spamming musketeer Hussars, a very strong combination in the second age. And here comes the defensive 3 war huts here for minimoult, fighting into the buildings, trying to get the best, getting some good pickups here with the plume spearmen. You were saying?
He's definitely putting up a fight right now. I wasn't sure if he was going to call it there after that losing that fight there in the middle. But the Hussars are just going to be very problematic. He's got to make spears to deal with the Hussars, but the spears do so poor against the Caroleans. Kind of both of his units are very specific. Because Caroleans can deal with spearmen and they can do okay against the jungle bowmen. Okay, so this warhead's going down. He is sitting. What is he sitting in there? The road building. Those military will move faster, 10% faster to be exact. But you got to have military in order for them to go 10% faster. Minimoult still does have full stagecoach. But I'm not sure how he's going to be able to wipe out the rest of this army. I'm curious what a wall sagging or two might have done with the. He had plenty of wood, but that's going to be GG.
Someone from chat saying someone implored this Inca player to resign, and yeah, the game looked over for quite a long time, but eventually Azank pushed in with Hussars onto the bowman, securing that GG. Yeah, these Rex are running slightly slow. I think we should just push on for the next recorded game. So starting to get quite late where I am, and we've already gone through 2 games, which is these recorded games from D are so annoying because it just.
What's the secret to get the Don't you have to have the same settings as the rec or something? Because it runs at fine speed for me. Oh, that's sorry. That was A's got 1 point. So now we're 1-1.
I don't think there's anything special about the recorded games. Having your FPS set to 144, the maximum, helps process the game as fast as possible, which you have. It's just balancing because at the moment you're playing the game, you're playing back a recorded game, you're streaming to ESOC TV at the same time. You've also got a low quality Discord stream to me as well. So each of these are taking up resources. So it's quite taxing on the system. So it is trying to find the balance between the 3. But yeah,
just double check real quick. They got it. Yeah, I didn't know if changing resolution would change anything, but I got low there. Disable VSync, I'm being told.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, disable VSync definitely.
Let's see if that works.
Everyone in the chat saying disable VSync. That looks much better.
VSync OP.
19 elephants, 20 elephants. Eagle Mutt,
there you go.
God, we're back to normal speed or somewhat relative normal speed.
They need to have like a guide on the main screen on the settings you need to set.
Yeah, but like VSync is just like, I think it just like caps your, so VSync caps the playback rate of the game at the same rate as your monitor, but your game here is set to 144. So unless you've got a 144 hertz monitor, it's playing back, let's say at 60 hertz or 75 hertz. Which is a lower number than the 144, so it runs at that slower pace. But my God, we've nearly reached 1 minute already. We're flying through at lightning speed, guys. Get your seatbelts on. We're on for a big ride here.
We introduced the start of this match. So this is game 3 of the ESOC TakkCafe Cup, best of 7, and so far we have both players have won 1 game. The map here we are on is Korea, and we have Minimoult playing with the Germans. Did I get that one right? Versus A's.
No. Playing as the Germans or playing with the German civilization. There you go.
Okay.
Come on. Come on, Fitz. Let's get this English grammar down.
And we have A's playing as the Chinese. Yeah, picking up these wood treasures, which we've been told there's less wood treasures on this map, but as we see, there seem to be plenty of them.
Oh my
1,
God, there's wood everywhere.
3.
There's wood everywhere.
Any more?
Is there a 4th?
No, at least so.
Oh, there's only a 4th.
Only 3, 80 wood treasures.
We should write to the devs asking for a 4th wood treasure to spawn every time on Korea.
Hey, I'm all about the wood treasures. I made that music video, but okay, so both players picking up a wood treasure to start the game. Sending in some fishing, it looks like, for A's.
So yeah, that card gives you 1 dock rickshaw as well as cheaper fishing boats. It doesn't reduce the time the fishing boats train as traditionally with the European schooners card as well. So some say this card is weaker than the European scooters. Some say it's strong because you get the dock wagon as well. It will allow A's to go for like a semi-water eco play on his way to possibly age 3, so maybe get 7 or 8 fishing
Here
boats
we
in his
go. Get your sniper
build
ready.
order.
Will we get it?
Do you know what's
Oh,
Yeah.
with the snipe. Man, 75 wood, and that's gonna be big, especially with A's. You know, that getting that treasure, it would have been basically a fishing boat for him.
Yeah, it would be as well. Certainly a good call.
Let's take a look at
I
these
think
decks.
the thing to notice there was that the Chinese monk was engaging that treasure guardian while not standing directly on top of the treasure. That's the one thing that melee explorers don't really have at their disposal, is being able to kind of attack these animals from distance. So once they committed to a fight, I guess they can just like walk back on top of the treasure. But as soon as Minimoult came to snipe that treasure from range, on top of that treasure, still came in very quickly.
Not
This
this
treasure's
time.
had a crack shot on it as well, so
The HP is pretty low for Aza's. 4. We got the disciple. Okay, surviving there.
yeah, you know what? Minimoult can take this fight. Just a couple shots on the disciple. Try to minimum. Oh, the pull trick's gonna. He's gonna try. He does it.
Oh
He does it.
my
The monk's
God, you
running. He's
see it?
getting out of
Oh
here.
my. He must have drank he chugged a Red Bull and he ran for it. Oh, but he stopped. He's got to keep going.
Nah, if he had a Red Bull, he'd be flying by now. Red Bull gives you wings.
Okay. So I'm assuming if Minimoult did look at his deck, see that he has these water cards in here, might suspect maybe some water, but I don't think Minimoult had. Did he have any? No, not even to care about. So basically free water for A's for the time being.
Yeah. So the thing with the water is that Mini could check Ace's deck and see that card, but it doesn't really mean that he is going to send that card or not.
Yeah.
And even if he does, I wouldn't say that the water is free, because by investing into economy, you are slowing down your build. So if he's going for like a Fortress Age play, he's going to reach that Fortress Age slower, and Germany's timing attack in the third age will hit relatively quicker. So it's actually a trade-off that Mini doesn't really need the water cards to contest this. He's just going to have that extra timing and tempo to smack in with a strong army, and it's really A's. Can he hold on and be defensive to let this eco catch up and then pay off in the future?
Now, Minimoult does already have 2 trading posts here going into the second age. Looks like Minimoult is the first one up to the second age. Got the Summer Palace for the Chinese, as you would expect. A few fishing boats going on down here. We got some catfish out here in the water, hopping around. Is there enough fish in this water?
Oh yeah, you don't often see
Look at them. They're beautiful.
players going through every single fish spawn, because it is actually quite a number. And also because there's no whales, there's no real incentive to somewhat contest the water. I think quite a lot of players forget that the water exists, but with a shallow coastline as well, a couple of siege pieces on this coastline should shut down
Forward
large
market. There we
sections.
go. You know, he's getting first to market here with that forward market there.
Wait, hang on a minute. Who's building that? Is that a market card?
Yeah. Was it?
Check Ace's.
No, he was building it. He built it.
Where's the veil
Yeah.
gone?
He's right here.
Oh, right. I know that they get a market ritual with like an advanced market, but I've never seen that before. But I saw like just the building come up very, very quickly. But I suppose it's
Now he
regular
needs to
building.
be he is sieging down these trade posts. He needs to make sure he doesn't get stuck in it. You never know.
No, it shouldn't happen because there's a building there in the first place.
Yeah.
Actually, like I don't actually get stuck in the train post that often. Like I seem to be very lucky when it comes to that. Maybe the black hole has a personality.
You better be careful. Now you're gonna get stuck.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ace's herding on the right side. A lot of dead animals already, so missing out on a lot of potential food. He needs to get that underneath his town center or a village to protect.
Hasn't really have his herds in. I guess he's got these, but I guess he's fine for now. I always get nervous on this map.
I think this is why we took Korea out of the map pool for the global championships. We're just not satisfied that this map spawns consistently correct each and every time. So we've kind of taken this out of the map rotation for competitive play.
This hunt has ran away.
Yeah, as well. You make a good point. DE hunting, like apparently the hunting code was never changed, but it feels like it was.
Okay, so we got some step riders up on top of these crossbows with pikes taking out these Ulans. So pretty good trade right now for A's. I'm still curious about the forward market.
Yeah,
Maybe he just wanted a wall.
look at the fight. Come on, Fitz. Come on, Fitz. We've got step riders on crossbows. Minutemen being called.
Coming out.
Siege units countering the step riders, and Azank backing off. Come on, let's get on this.
Does have his church in there, so he's really getting lots of experience right now.
So, what is Minimoult sends at the moment? Is he going to stay choose points? Has he sent coin? Is he aging up already? Was he going defensive bows?
Yeah, he's sending 700 coin.
Okay, so he's sent 700 woods, got racks down, going defensive bows. A couple of Minutemen pushing forward, trying to get some good trades. He knows that there's only step riders and pikemen on the field at the moment. I think A's is likely to be thinking about going for a Chukanu shipment at this moment or soon. And Minimoult's just backing off. It got a couple kills there on the Minutemen, but just basically trying to buy time for that 700 coin to come in and try to go for the agent behind this.
It does look like he's got all his eco upgrades. I'm assuming with Mr. Forward Market's got his coming in. Oh, only 2 right now. Did he build that more for just to have a wall here, or what was he doing? Why did he decide to do that Forward Market?
Well, I mean, he just had one villager out there building the village and just looked for the nearest spare villager to build a market and thought, oh, this is completed. I suppose it does help blocking, especially when you age up, let's say with the skirmisher wander, you've got that extra protection for the skirmishers from the forward village. You see that there's a long line, yeah, and that's a really defensive play, especially for Chukanu's behind it.
There we go, we got step riders raiding villagers, but they're going to the villagers are going to take these out. Yeah.
Yeah, the nice raid though from Ace. That's like these little raids are annoying, just idling all that food eco. And actually, it's going to pull Minimoult down on top of the pikeman there. He could have lost a couple of Ulans there. So, you know, this raiding from Azan's really actually bringing a bit of fruition to his troubles. And actually, the villagers are running, but they run into the Chukanu's. Mini's infantry army is not keeping up in this chase. Luckily, Minimoult pulls all his villagers away from the action, and they live to gather another day.
Oh boy, they're just ganging up on this explorer. Got a pike battle going on here. A few units in the back there. I wonder if those came from the palace.
Let's look at the fight. Yeah, we got Ulan's chasing down the Chukanu, but here come the drag box micro. Pikeman dragged to the front on top of the Ulans. The Ulans are getting wrecked at the moment. So a nice, somewhat trade, but the defensive 8 crossbow shipment as well as the infantry mass should be able to clean up here from Minimoult, allowing his villagers to get back onto the map, gather those resources again, and actually safely age it behind us if he chooses to, but he's since invested that coin into a couple batches of Ulans and just popping another 5 batch of Ulans now. Looking just to stay colonial here. I think Mini's decided he needs to stay colonial to secure the map, and actually he thinks that China H2 is also pretty poor in a situation, so he wants to try and capitalize this, and especially after that last engagement, he's got the momentum in his favor.
A lot of units there, yeah. Those crossbows going down for free. Still got these guys chilling back here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good right now for Minimoult.
So Minimoult getting map control here, taking down the village, trying to put pressure on Azan's population. China have a lot of units, and they burn through population very, very quickly. It looks like he's going to lose the war hut as well, and this is a good trade. And at the moment, you can see Minimoult stops village unit production. He's got enough military under his control already, just saving his resources to age up behind this, so you can get the veteran Ulan, send 9 Ulans, and transition to more skirmisher. But he's kind of like undecided if he wants to be arrested or age up behind this. There's a forces army caught under a couple of step riders here, and he's about to age it behind us. I think if Minimoult can get rid of the step cavalry, he needs to back off it and just trying to make a fighting retreat and try and preserve his crossbow mass for when he does age up.
He does have a few Chukanu behind here. It looks like all the Ulans are dead at this moment, so looking good for him to finally be able to push back. Got a few disciples up there. Is his explorer still alive? Where's his explorer? I don't know where he went. Oh, he's right here. Oh, there he is. Okay, falling back. See, we got this hunt down here still. He's got his castle going up here in the middle of the map. It does look like Minimoult is aging up right now. So I bet A's is feeling pretty comfy right now, having just pushed him back in that fight. But German's going to hit H3. So we'll see how he's able to handle that. As far as the water goes, he's got 14 fishing boats at the moment.
Yeah, he's got his gill nets as well. We haven't really checked on that water, so yeah, his eco is looking pretty sharp behind this. That castle drop in the middle map. Is he going to go for flamethrowers? He could also go for the Mongolian army of the Steppe Riders and Keshik army support, which I think possible. Now sending himself Mongolian Scourge, giving himself bonus damage for his Steppe Riders, his Keshiks, and some of his Fortress Age units. But I don't know. I'd never seem to get the value required from that card. But it looks like Minimoult is training the Steppe Rider Keshik army instead of those flamethrowers.
Yep, A's rather. Let's see. So now he is in H3. We got Ulan's coming in first. He's got a few musketeers to deal with those. Does he have any? I don't think he has any pikes alive right now. It's just these few redcoats that would be able to deal with the Ulans. Looks like Steppe Rider's trying to go for some more raids. Probably, I'm assuming, was going to go hit this bottom hunt, but the Ulan's catching him.
Yeah, that's a really nice catch there from Minimoult, picking off his rogue army units from A's. So A's is staying colonial, so he should have this military mass advantage over Minimoult and should utilize this timing attack to maybe put pressure on that coin mine and try and trade off while Minimoult's military numbers is quite small for the time being. All this time, it's just going to give the Germans more shipments. He sent his first shipment, 9 Uhlans. Here comes the second shipment. It's 8 Uhlans. He's massing heavy cavalry. And that's because China struggle to mass
he's going to have a few more redcoats,
army.
And he's going to have these few Keshik, but they're going to struggle against this if he has a lot of Uhlans. I'm assuming he's upgraded those. Yep, a veteran. Okay, kind of pushing in the north and the south here right now. Let's hope he doesn't just lose these redcoats to these crossbows, because he's going to need them to defend against the Uhlans. He does see them. This is 1, 2. Oh boy, losing a few of his redcoats. He's got his army up north, pushing in on maybe some settler wagons. Down south, going for a raid. So just kind of playing distraction tactics, I feel like, right now. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, Mini has to turn back. He can't let his main coin come go.
Three settler wagon goes down. I forgot these do have those bonus, right?
Yeah, versus the villagers. Yeah, a good shout there, but Minimoult does have his breakouts. They should survive.
He picks up some villagers here too, so he is losing his. I think he's going to lose his army, but he is picking up some value out of some settlers.
Oh no, but top side is so many Uhlans top side.
Up here, right here.
This is going to be pretty brutal, I feel, especially if he pulls his Uhlans from the southern side. You see how he managed to keep those crossbows alive from H2. This provides him a lot of support in fire from those reinforcing redcoats and other units. Minimoult's actually engaging slightly early before the Uhlans, but I think he's got enough damage done that this reinforcing batch of Uhlans should be able to crush
these reinforces. Are going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, those redcoats are only consulates. Colonial units, they're not like guard units. They're pretty weak. They won't be getting away for long. Don't worry. We got fast cavalry boys chasing them down. I'm going to cut them down very quickly. All this provides Germany more experience points to send us more shipments to put the prey further on A's. And this is just the start of the German Fortress Age progression on what Minimoult's next card is going to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I feel like with China, once you lose your anti-cav, it's just you can't just make a batch of 5 or 10 of them. He's got these mixed. I guess he's got the pikes and the Keshik, but these Uhlans are gonna do really well.
What card is Mini sending now?
Let's see. Skirmishers. Yep, Uhlans, skirmishers.
Yeah, so this is like the two skirmishers and the two Ulan cards have been labelled as the GG shipments for a long time, specifically the 9 Ulans, but the 8 skirmishers should give the German that well-rounded composition to deal with any pikemen, any Keshiks coming out, and the Ulans will clean anything it touches. He's actually lost most of that mass, so...
Yeah, nice with these regulars.
Yeah, the regulars doing work. The Keshiks coming out trading pretty decently. We still got the castle providing fire. So we got the anti-cav army from the war academy being trained. We had the Steppe Riders and the Keshik being trained from the castle.
I kind of didn't expect many of these crossbows to survive, but he was able to slowly work them down around this castle. Now, villager-wise, right now, look at the difference. Hayes is on 54. Berman's on 20. Granted, he does have the settler wagons, but he did pick off a few of those settler wagons. So
Yeah,
the idea
and that's really hurting Minimoult now
me how
because
he
he
has.
was also defending from the step riders down to the south while taking that engagement to the north. But
Yeah.
if he pulled back the settlers, and he lost quite a few there, that'd be fine. But if all those Uhlans engaged that top army at the same time, A's would have lost the entire army. Mini would have only
Flamethrowers.
lost very minimal amounts of Uhlans at the moment, and then could push onwards. But Mini lost enough Uhlans that he just doesn't have that stopping power to take the fight to A's base
Yeah.
and put the pressure on his eco.
Yeah, I think if A's can hold on here for a little bit longer, he could be in a really good spot. I really thought the Zulans was going to roll everything, but he was able to get back, and with I guess those his Minutemen be able to just pick off a few. Now he's got a few flamethrowers out here. Now interesting, we got crossbows chasing down the Uhlans, but it maybe just feels confident he has enough. But the skirmishers are going to move up to meet them. And no aging in sight for A's at the moment. Sticking out H2.
I think at some point he could age, but he's gone through the coin mine in his base. He needs to push out for coin mines mid-map. He has map control for the time being, so it shouldn't be too bad. But quite a lot of his armies is training to deal with the cavalry that Mini has require a lot of wood as well. So he's training double batches of standard army. So that's food and coin. That's the Chukanu and Step Riders, but the Keshik. I think the Keshik and the pikemen cost food and wood, so he's got a balanced economy, gathering all three resources, so it's quite hard for him to commit to the age up compared to a civ just gathering food and coin. Here come a couple of villagers out, just try to tank from the Uhlans, keep them interested while A's pushes forward his Chukanu flamethrower army, but anti-cav here is looking pretty in short supply for A's. Like he needs more of those.
If he spots this could be really killer. Just if you could run a few of those steps down, especially with them having that multiplier. Chat was mentioning that perhaps in that first engagement, Minimoult underestimated the power of these steps since they are carded. Maybe did not realize them.
Well, no, because the steps don't do any extra damage to the cavalry. It's only just the villagers. But
yeah,
the British
that villager raid.
He does have standard army HP though, so 20% extra HP for the Chukanus and the Step Riders. So altogether, that is a sizable change to the China colonial army. But yeah, Minimoult engaged with veterans as well. So maybe there's a couple of pikes in there being sneaky, let the Chukanus take damage while the pikemen do the actual damage. But A to stabilize these execution progressions slow down, it is getting his eco rolling. There's still plenty of fish in the sea, as you would say, as well as getting some coin income from rice paddies and access to the coin mines in the mid-map. That market is still standing, so I'm sure he's got all his natural resources in. Ace's economy is looking pretty good, and he's just spamming loads and loads of steps and Keshiks. He's even called spies and British consulate, which is kind of funny, but this raid on the south is actually quite important.
Yeah.
Engaging the army on top, distracting Minimoult while the economic damage is done below. And yeah, Minimoult has pulled off 5 Uhlans to deal with this raid.
Yeah, even more villagers over. Oh, he's got his town center. Flamethrowers getting some shots off. I love when the flamethrowers explode. You were a robot there for like 30 seconds, but it's fine now.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
Discord things.
Don't know whose end that is.
Discord is weird sometimes because I've seen it randomly happen. Okay, we got these skirmishers, a pretty nice skirmisher mass here. I guess in the kiting war, the skirmishers are going to be winning this. Now I guess the villagers up here. Okay, taking it back to the base, dropping another market down. Do some trading, I guess. Just picking off these Chukanu one at a time. I guess they survive a volley with 27 HP.
But it's also, you can see how Minimoult is utilizing his tech advantage with his longer range skirmishers.
Yep.
So A's is trying to trade his Chukanu with the skirmishers, but just can't get a shot off while Minimoult is just using his range. Bit of micro there, firing a volley, retreating, and he's going to get some good value with his units. Meanwhile, his Uhlans are currently sieging. The Chukanu are a bit exposed. Here come the
Oh
veteran
boy.
Ulan's onto it. Has Cav Combat been sent yet for Minimoult? If he has, this is going to be quite difficult for AZ to defend. But he's got a lot of Keshiks behind the front line of Chukanoon's steps. Actually, the Keshiks should be able to do a lot of damage here, especially with their multiplier card from Mongolian Scourge. And actually, this looks to be a decent fight here from AZ.
Keshik's still alive, picking off Ulans. If he can clean those up, these skirmishers are going to be exposed to these step. Not bad for having a huge tech advantage out of Minimoult.
Yeah, but also with AZ, because he's got the eco, he can just continuously train more and more units. Even now sending either 700 wood or 600 wood, it's quite a nice shipment to have at this stage. Minimoult does still have his skirmishers, and if another military shipment hits the floor and supports these units, it could be strong, but with no cavalry support there from Mini or other unit types, those skirmishers are vulnerable to a big batch of cavalry.
Yep, and no Ulans. You got 2 Ulans on the way right now. Is he going to queue more? Yeah, you do. Okay, got 4 out. Is that 4? Yeah.
Mini's basically out of coin. He's not got any villagers on the coin mines at the moment.
He's going for it again here down
being
south.
raided.
Yeah, look at villagers. Mini's on 25. So Ace has got double the amount of villagers. You know, not counting settler wagons, but okay, we got some Ulans going north. Skirmishers retreating. Yeah, he just keeps the spam coming of this H2.
Okay, so AZ really needs to pressure the koi mines and get this game over soon, because those fish are starting to run critically low. And I don't think AZ is in a position to age behind us. He's continuing to put pressure. I think he's now going for that pure Keshik Step Rider army, which I think is a good chord from AZ. High mobility, high raids in, can deal with the Ulans very well with the Keshik mass.
He's checking them right now.
Yeah, he's checking the mass. And so he knows that top coin mine not being used. Yeah, he's going to head straight to the other one.
Oh, this could be good. Does he see it? Does he see it? No. There we go. Man. Minimoult got lucky there. Okay, down there he does. He did find it. Putting on a castle. And these villagers are very far from any safety. This is going to be a lot of villagers going down here. Oh my gosh, they're just running all over the map right now. So meanwhile, we got the Keshik in the middle. He's trying to get away. There's 2 villagers, but oh boy, pikes.
How many villagers has he lost in the south? He hasn't lost too many, but he's not gathering any coin though. So that's the main issue.
Yeah, that's true. He's got 300 coin in the bank, plenty of food. Does look like he lost his Keshik mass. I think the spears caught up to him. But I don't know, these kind of guerrilla tactics, although it's going to be interesting. So he's going to run out of food, but then Germany's obviously run out of gold here at the moment. Maybe he could go to that gold mine. I didn't expect China to hold on this long in H2. I haven't played a whole lot of China personally, but impressed at how he's been able to do this against the tech advantage that Germany has certainly had.
AZ is finally agent up to the Fortress Sage. Is he agent with the tower or the skirmishers? I'd say the tower.
Porcelain tower.
Yeah, and he's probably going to likely put that onto the coin now that the coin mines are starting to run low, and the actual momentum he gets from the skirmisher wonder is not. That's a nice play for Minimoult, denying control over that coin mine. Yeah, you see how the Step Riders and Pikemen together, quite hard to micro-verse. It's just a Z move there from Minimoult. I'm sure one of those units will get onto their counter. Keshiks are picking off all the Ulans. The skirmishers are still standing.
Yeah.
And AZ is aging at the moment. I don't think he wants to lose his entire Keshik mass before he ages. He can wait, sends a skirmisher.
Did get this castle built?
Yeah, the castle was built, but he just wants to try and preserve his military mass.
Minimoult is out of gold. What is he doing right now? No gold at the moment.
He's just sent himself 1,000 coin to gather in base, but he will need more coin to gather to train you. So I think he's shipping his villagers to the north side. Yeah, there's a town centre being dropped north side, but the Keshiks are racing their way to the north as well.
Will these pikes catch them? Stops the villagers. Oh boy, keep those pikes, but he denied the gold mine he certainly needed really badly, so probably did enough damage there. Been battles on multiple fronts, I feel like, for a long time here. These villagers coming across. We gotta get some gold. I guess that will be his gold mine. Wonder if he'll go back to this town center.
Yeah, he's got that 1k coin to spend. He's got an Ulan cube. He might complete the batch here, but he really needs to make this next 1,000 coin count. Like, that coin mine there has only got 1,000 remaining. He hasn't really got control of the coin mine on the top side. It's kind of no man's land, and Ace has got a very mobile army for the time being, still producing steps and Keshiks. Can we check Ace's deck whether he's got the 750 food step Keshik card? He does. He sends it. Yeah, that card's coming in.
And upgrade it. So does it make some all veteran status?
Yeah, 8 Keshiks, 8 step, and veterans. So it's actually a really strong tech. And
wow, look at this. This is looking nice.
With a big fight. And that's why he needed to keep his Keshiks alive earlier, and that was critical for him to run away. But Pikeman, though,
Pike's doing
once the coins
damage.
are gone, has to go Pikeman, but he's got some good value on the Keshiks. They just flopped over due to the low HP. But I think there's just enough stuff here from Azank and economy to reinforce.
Man, they've run out of gold. They're running out of fish. Remember at the beginning of the game, I asked if there was going to be enough fish, and now they're just about gone.
Well, to be fair, the game has gone for 25 minutes, and the game really should have been over. Probably about. I feel like Minimoult had the game in his grasp like 10 minutes ago.
I thought we were going to be calling it when he was pushing back all those crossbows with those Ulans right there in the middle of the game. But Hayes has held on and done a great job surviving with H2 China for a very long time. Very good raids. Looking at the villager count, 35 for.
We have a user in chat saying, "Wow, is Ace really winning this?" And someone saying, "Do you dare question the mighty Ace?" And this is a prime example of we do not question Ace's theory. We just sit there and observe and enjoy what strategies Ace will serve up today. And yes, this step Keshik play, even like versus Fortress Age upgraded CAD combat Ulans, still working. And another big raid on the exposed hunting.
It's right by. He's just flexing.
Mini does react, which is very nice, but the main news here is just still denying access to the coin mines, and Mini is just not being able to get enough resources to replenish that army. Meanwhile, Ace is porcelain towers on the
just
coin.
Starve him out.
Coin coming in. Oh, Mini's on a mill as well. That's always a sad sight to see when your opponent has to mill up.
I've definitely been in this situation on this map where I was like really pressuring, felt good, had map control, was doing great, and then the gold mines ran out and I was not ready. And I guess he hasn't had complete map control here, but I think his momentum was just really stopped when he denied this gold mine in the southeast. They're kind of in the middle of the game.
Yeah, you can see how Minimoult's got 1,000 wood worth of resources, training crossbow pike, researching veteran pikemen. He's having to research, pivot back into the archaic army. But here come iron flails and meteor hammers. Flails, great units versus the crossbows, but enough Keshiks to deal with the pikemen from range. Here come the Ulans, but I don't think they'll do enough damage before the Keshiks mow them down. And the Keshiks are not being focused, and these are basically disabling Minimoult's strongest part of his army. And once the Ulans go down, Mini's got nothing left. He's got nothing left at the moment. Cavalry on top of the skirmishers. This is a GG fight.
Wow, this. I did not expect the game to turn quite like this, but yeah, there we go. It's gonna call it GG. So very good game from both players, and looks like A's has come out ahead here, making the score 2-1.
Of this best of 7 series. So still a long way to go, very long way. And looks like it will be going past my bedtime. I think I still have time for one more, but that was
boy, look at that.
That was the main reason for changing over. And yes, so we see Azank having a strong eco for quite a long time though, losing lots of his military units to the German mass, but managing to hold the pressure long enough so that his eco was to take over at the point when the German player was starting to run low on natural resources. We should be clicking to game number 4. This is game number 3.
Oh, did we just do
game number 4, please? Game number 4.
I'm caught in the past. Okay, game 4. Here we go. Okay, so this is game 4 of the ESOC TakkCafe Cup, best of 7. And so far, we have A's has won the first 2 games with Minimoult winning 1 game as well. And we have a Spanish mirror this game. We had a British mirror in round 1. And Fraser River is the map here. Thank you, Vividly Playing. And we got Spain in the south and Spain in the north. with Minimoult, it looks like being on the south side. A's being on the north. I have not played any. Have you played any Spanish mirrors, Harrison? I'm not quite sure exactly what to expect here.
No, I haven't. Spanish mirrors. That brings me back.
Thanks for the prime sub there, Motion GFX.
What?
I butchered that one.
Yes, Spain mirrors used to be a staple of back in the Nilla days, and in those times it would be a standard Spanish FF, and who can control the falconets better. Whoever wins the falconet war probably then wins the game at that point. Back at the time when Spain was basically falconet pikes, but come a long way since then. I think checking each other's decks will show us really what's the plan. Whether it's going to be a logistician mirror or maybe
do they do that? That's what I was wondering.
Versus Spanish gold, we'll have to find out.
Now this is the same map we saw the logistician in our previous series. Okay, so here we go. A's has the 300 wood, but not seeing what you'd expect there if it was doing the logistician build. Minimoult looks like does have the logistician cards. He's got the advanced trading post. He's got the 300 wood and our 300 coin cards. And looks like he has some villager up. So he does have the unction there in H2. Let's see anything from A. Did he have that as well? He did not. Okay, anything else standing out to you about these decks?
Well, A's deck is very versatile. He has lots of options. He's got the 4 villagers there as well, so 4-5 vills, possibly signifying staying prolonged in the second age, but not necessarily going to logistician. But the infinite 300 wood does give him that opportunity. If you're Minimoult, you look at that deck, you've got no idea what A's is up to. He's even got the advanced church for the drastic FF if he wanted to as well. And I do see a 12-10 from Minimoult.
Yeah, I would certainly expect that logistician being in use here for Minimoult. Okay, so Minimoult is doing 12-10. A's got 15 at the moment. Picking up a scout. Native scout treasure. Okay, and it does look like A's is shipping wood at the moment. Minimoult is aging up. He's holding on to that shipment. As you should do, assuming he's doing the logistician. Yep. As we saw in that previous series with Le Castet and Heister, if you send your shipment too early, you don't get those benefits. What is the logistician? What's the amount that it buffs these crates?
Plus 200 food and plus 100 wood and coin. So yeah, your 300 wood is a 400 wood shipment plus a bit of coin and a bit of food.
And direct deposit.
And faster shipment, and it gives you that versatility as well. So in some ways, it's better than a 700 wood shipment. It's just so strong at the moment, and that's why we see Minimoult going for that agenda at the moment. A's the man known for unconventional play is playing somewhat standard. But I would say though, 16 villager age up is slow. Standard age up time is 15 villagers. This extra villager from A's, I wonder why he's gone for that.
Yeah. I feel like the logistician build would be something I'd really expect A's to be doing, but maybe it's just so predictable that he's decided not to. Okay, any forward villagers out on the map? I'm not seeing. Oh, there we go. We got 2 villagers coming forward from A's. Market going down in base for Minimoult. Minimoult hitting H2, and now that crate shipment is going to pop up here, and you will see his res gets instantly deposited. Check that out. It's so.
That's so disgusting. That is.
It's so crazy. Oh man.
So he's going to call Research Stagecoach to upgrade his trading line to have faster collections of XP, or can turn it into resource drop places as well. But I think for the early parts of this game, you want to leave an XP. Later on, put it back to wood. But for the early parts, the XP is so strong here for Minimoult. And he's just going to kickstart That's kind of logistician eco. Is he going to go logistician into a fortress age play? Because that is actually a possible strategy as well. At the same time, yeah, if you go logistician, you don't have to stay age 2. People kind of get this confused. I think Minimoult might want to send 300 coin into 300 wood and have that as a pseudo way to get to the fortress age. You see, it's stacking a lot of food.
Yeah, picking up 40 wood treasure here up the top. Outpost going down for A's. Double barracks in the middle of the map, and it does look like he's going to be making musketeers, I assume, with all this food and gold. But we will see. Double barracks, so definitely probably going to be some
We see a Motion GFX donating 5 subs to the community.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And I'll tell you what's funny. One of the subs coming up is subbing to Lidacore, who's currently streaming right now on Age of Empires 2. So I have no idea how that's happened, but he's got a welcome surprise once he finishes his stream. He'll look at his mailbox and go, "Oh, I got
yeah,
nice
I'll keep a stream up on the side sometimes, usually when I'm streaming. Got to keep up on the chat."
in the hope that you get in the community lucky dip for gifted subs, but that's very kind of Motion, so make sure you give them a good old thanks for that.
Okay, starting to siege this trade post down. What's going on here in base? Nothing crazy. Let's see. A's is shipping some wood. It does look like he's going to age. There we go, aging up with the adventurer. So this rush is going to be coming in, and he'll be hitting age 2. And if he's going for musketeer mass, the skirmishers and lancers might do quite well against them. Not to mention a cannon. So maybe this will just buy him the time he needs.
So Minimoult really needs to play defensive here, possibly walling up. He's got a tower down, but that's not you don't get a tower from the age up. So Mini's.
This is A's up here. I've already mixed it up twice already. All Spanish.
Wait, so who's aging up? Is it
A's is in the blue? Yeah, A's is aging up.
Oh, I thought A's was down to the. I'm seeing so confused.
I thought that too.
Wait, so Mini's logistician and also going mass age 2.
Yes.
Right, that makes more sense. Okay, got it. Right. Okay, well, it is what it is then.
Okay, here we go. So A's is currently aging. He is shipping 7 rods, but if he loses his barracks, that would certainly stop him from producing, but I'm assuming a Minuteman pop will scare these musketeers away. He has trained Guapo, Dorado, Tabata, and Mariposa. I'm sure I butchered those. And we got Cameroon on... we should just say the blue and the red instead. We're going to keep forgetting. Okay, here come those Minutemen, and the barracks does go down. Rods popping out right up on those musketeers.
But this is awkward though, because Mini all he has to do is focus down the Minutemen. The Rodelleros don't do too much damage to the Musketeers, and Mini was right to focus down the militiamen. Picked up the Explorer would help to stop any dogs being produced in the next age, but it's not like A's aging up can send a skirmisher shipment. There is no skirmisher shipment, so it's either Rodelleros, Lancers, and Falconets. Falconets will just get killed because of no protection.
Crossbows.
From the age up, that's very, very nice to see. He needs to keep these alive and time it with the next shipment, but Mini will just chase that down. I don't think he will let those units get away. A town centre and an outpost is too much to siege to deny the shipment, and Lancers is incoming. Mini needs to bring all his units. He's fighting with half his army. Why is he doing this?
I guess he's really committed to this outpost, but yeah, he's... I think A's is going to be able to hold this just fine. He does have the barracks in the back too. We got some villagers popping some shots on these musketeers going down.
Yeah, but at this point though, the 5 Lancers, there's not enough musketeers. The 5 Lancers will actually be enough to pick up those 5 musketeers. Okay, reinforced musketeers is pretty nice. But he does have supporting units as well. If A's micros this as well, he could actually get a good trade here and give himself a bit of breathing room. But he has to do his micro as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to take out these musketeers just fine. Is he going to trade some... Oh, he's out of food. Sending cannons. And that's going to be a held push here. So how will Minimoult pivot from this?
Oh, it's tough from Minimoult. His score's down. His shipment progression is going down as well, and all he can send is his resources. He can probably send like cards like Fury and Eco Fury to actually buff his actual underlying eco. So let's check if he sent those cards because they were in his deck.
Yeah, let's go to mini. Oh right, what did he just say? Oh, he just sent Furrier right now. Furrier.
Yeah, so he's got his entire eco on food, so that buffs his entire eco quite a bit while sending those extra resources to still produce those units. But look at
Gold
Mini's
on the trade
wood
post.
count. He's got so much wood. I
Yeah.
would like to see a batch of crossbows or pikemen just to
Oh, look
kind of
at
mix
this!
it
I
up a
didn't
little bit.
realize he's been. I mean, not like it's been any. You knew they were coming, but he has a scout just sitting here on his forward base and knows exactly what's happening. Meanwhile, it does look like A's is walling up just a little bit. Villager-wise, we're looking at 17 villagers for Minimoult versus A's 20 villagers. Now, it does look like Minimoult's looking to clean up the rest of this trade route. Honestly, I'm surprised Minimoult has the wood for it. He could, I guess, build a trade post here if he wanted to. But okay, here come the Falconets. How's Minimoult going to answer those? I almost expected maybe him to train just a few Hussars, just anticipation of these Falcons coming out.
Yeah, the problem is with like Minimoult being in age 2 that just a 9 Waddlero shipment covering the 2 Falconets is just enough to tear down this entire forward base. And that's 600 wood. I know Mini's got a lot of wood stockpiled for him to replenish his buildings, but just
Pikes are about to pop, but those aren't gonna do much.
he needs his military units, and pikemen at this point would do very well with his lancers, but if the lancers are going to get onto the muscles before the pikemen turn up, so this is not great. But then again, Azan's fighting away from his falconets, which is also not great. Sack the crossbows, but keep the lancers alive. Keep the lancers alive. Keep them alive. Yes, he does that. Pulls the lancers away. Crossbows, you've served your nation well, but unfortunately, it is your time to go. Preserve the life. Well, it's actually, he actually pulled tricks the crossbows away. Nice.
Oh, here we go. These cannons are, I think, going to be free for the taking here. Now, they might take some shots.
Please,
but...
no, please, no, please,
oh,
no, please,
man.
no, please, no.
Okay, so micro. Oh. He's going to pull him to the back. Now, those pikes don't do a ton of damage, but they will take him out.
They'll do enough. They'll do enough. And actually losing the Falconet, it's just such
there
a
we go. That's
spike,
huge. Yep, and he's got 10 Musketeers going to pop out right now. This is a great play for Minimoult.
What's just happened? Like, this is like... This
wow.
Has like A's forgotten how to play standard meta? Has he forgot like
after such a great turtle defense? I feel like he even built this little wall, kind of just yeeted those cannons away.
And there's the 9 Waddleros, the perfect shipment to hold those pikemen at bay. That is so unfortunate.
Man. Okay. Well, so looking good for Minimoult here. Now, Ace is still is up in score. I think he's gonna jump inside that town center. His pikes aren't gonna really do much. I mean, so what's the play here? What do you think? What do you think A's might try to do next?
Honestly, I'd like to be. Let's look at A's deck.
He doesn't have any trade posts now either.
No, but like his remaining cards, I guess he could. You could try a fort, but Minimoult.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Minimoult wouldn't try and push it. Like I don't think 1,000 food would be enough.
Minimoult's still just sending the resource allocation.
Keep spamming that card,
600
baby.
wood in the deck, in the bank, and he is now building this trade post. It looks like. And where's his explorer? Okay, he's got to walk from over here. I'm starting to push with these. A few skirmishers out here. They can pick a little bit. So Minimoult needs to be careful not to take a bad engagement because I think he's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, but he's got the stronger eco though because A's doesn't have a smash gold in, so this trade's fine. Yeah, Minimoult's just needs to stand and fight, not trying to do anything too fancy. I guess try and focus to roll low, the lats.
Hussars coming
They are
around.
the damage dealers. SARS on the skirmishers is super nice. He's got reinforcing he's not even using.
Just sitting there.
Minimoult showing the dominance here over Azang.
He's just keeping his 10 Musketeers at home. They're resting. They're gonna bring in the next wave as we like a scenario.
that's just a sign of a player microing really hard, but he's forgotten the reinforcements and that. And I've said this before, I like to have this global rally points on a hotkey, like let's say Control A for control all your military buildings and right-click the base, so all your reinforcements will go straight to where you need them. And if Minimoult had those extra 10 musketeers in that fight,
Would have saved you more army, but he's still looking okay.
Yeah, he would save more army, and then it'd be too hard to come back.
Did ship hussars.
5 colonial hussars just not going to do it versus a musketeer mass. It's really awkward to see. And Spain just struggle versus mass musketeers, which is quite funny because they can train musketeers themselves, as we see now.
And doesn't think he's going to have the whole trade route.
His army. He needs to fight as a whole unit. Azanek wants these armies to be split up so he can divide and conquer.
He's really got his eco pinned down. He doesn't have any food in here. What is yeah, Ace is completely out of food. There's nothing here in his base. So I think he might just starve him out. I'm not sure how Ace could recover from this. And there we go. GG's gonna be called. And minimoult is gonna take game 4, and we are tied back up. Man, that was an interesting game. I thought it was gonna go Ace's way after he held that fight. But minimoult was able to get those cannons down, and I guess the musketeers up here. Imagine if he had, I don't know, brought his whole army or just focused his whole army on taking out that forward base. What might have happened?
It's not like Ace didn't see that those units were coming for his falconets. Like,
yeah,
he ran away with the lancers and tried to loop back, but he knew that army was coming that way. And the thing when you're sieging buildings, what you need to do is fire and move, fire and move. You saw how those pikemen were underneath the buildings. The falconets were at their maximum range, but they really need to be underneath the buildings as well, right next to the units protecting it. And that economy.
The power of the logistician. I mean, we look at the villager count. You know,
it's even less, isn't it?
Ace had more villagers, and
God,
look at those resources.
Please, devs, please accept that this is a dumb decision and please revert it. This is just so so bad. It's so bad. It's so unfortunate to see.
Wow.
Like you got to be bluntly honest, but like you need to ask: was the due diligence done and testing done before that was changed? But it's such a small change. It's such a big impact. You don't know. Anyway, Fitz, I've really got to bounce right now.
Okay.
It was part of my plan to pass the other stream because this is a best of 7 series and we're hitting game 5 now, so you're getting there. Yeah. I believe you can do the last 3 yourself. So I'll give you
awesome. Well, if you wouldn't mind, just with your closing, could you just mention maybe the Takk Cup one more, or the Takk Cafe one more time, or maybe shoot me a little blurb just so I can give it justice as I close out the stream at the end.
It should be on the home page.
Is it there?
I'll drop the
want to take care of the sponsors
line into the ESOC chats. There you go. Oh, ESOC, the limits. It's a second event. Second down. Go down. No, go down.
Right there.
But you can also click the Takk Cafe link there to see the website as well and have a proper insight and have a little look. But I've got to bounce, mate. Both the old ones are asleep now, so I'll see you later.
Yep, awesome. Thanks for joining me, and I guess I'll finish her out here. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much to Harrison for joining us here and doing the first half with me. And I guess we're gonna finish things off. We started out today. We did it was Keister versus Lecastet. We did that series, and then we're halfway through here, it looks like, of A's versus minimoult. So let's queue up. Let's see, that was, if I got to do my math, this is game 5. Okay, here we go. I've run out of my reinforcements. We've been going now for, geez, I don't remember what time it started. 2 o'clock. I'm out of water now. I haven't blinked. Okay, let's load this up. I might have to get water at some point. Okay, there we go. I thought we might see it, and we finally are. A's has whipped out the United States of America here, getting some action here for the first time in this ESOC TakkCafe Cup. This is round 5. We have A's playing as the USA, blue in the southeast corner, and up in the northeast corner we have minimoult as the Inca. Now minimoult did play as the Inca, I believe, on Deccan earlier in the series, so giving them another try. And for those of you that are familiar with the map, you know there's these goats in the middle. It does look like A's has got these first 2 goats. Where are the other 2? Did he already get them? And I didn't. They did not spawn. I thought there's usually. I thought there were usually 4 of them. I'm not seeing them at the moment. Maybe I missed something. Yuki's not liking the graphics. Would you guys want me to turn the graphics back up? Because I had them up before, but Harrison wanted me to turn them down. So I'm up for either. I usually run them at much higher settings. Let's change the graphics. Okay, quick. Harrison's gone. We're bumping up the graphics, boys. I also don't have to stream in Discord now, so that will help. Okay, let's go. We don't need high foliage. I usually run things pretty high. We'll see. Let's see how this does. As long as it doesn't mess up the speed. Okay, how's that look? Is that better? That now I feel like this looks weird after looking at the other one. What else do we need to turn on? What do we want? These global, the bright areas, bloom effect. Yeah, it looks good. I'll be honest. I'm not very good at it as far as all this stuff goes. I just kind of wing it. Let's go high foliage. We'll go for it. We'll live on the edge. Medium foliage. Okay, we could settle for that. Do we want SSAO on? Bloom effect sucks. See, this is where we're gonna get everybody's different. Everyone's different opinions, because I feel like there's people who love to have nothing extra, and then there's people who love to have all of them. I usually like a happy medium. I don't remember when I had my graphics on before. I don't think I had them on this, but we'll give it. We'll turn it on. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. We're gonna run with that. Here we go, guys. This is fine. Okay, back to the game.
Hello.
Okay, so we have the USA, and I have seen Ace play some USA, and I know that he's spent a lot of time working on them, so I do expect him to have something in store for us here. He is going to start with the French immigrants, and those of you that might not be as familiar with the USA quite yet, since they are a new civilization, French immigrants does cost 200 wood, will give all your villagers more hit points, and delivers those 3 CDB. So a pretty standard first card out of the United States. Of course, on this map, you do get these 2 split hunts you have to herd in the first age. Let's see what minimoult is up to in the north. Everything looks weird now after I've been running everything at low graphics for so long. Is USA well balanced? Well, that's going to be, of course, a big matter of discussion. I think the consensus is USA is a little underpowered right now compared to many of the other civs, but I think particularly in 1v1, USA is not as strong. I think in team game, USA is very strong, and I think USA is very strong late game, certainly. But if we see a fast Inca rush here, it'll be interesting to see how USA is able to handle it. I guess the only point of that I could think of is my biggest fear with USA is a bunch of cav. So I guess we could see some Chimu, but at least we're not worried about. I guess I'm not sure how those Chimu threat is going to compare, because USA's early game weakness is typically hand cavalry. Okay, so we have minimoult has shipped wood here. Let's look at his deck here. Okay, so I'm not expecting to see the native rush this time. Doesn't look like he has it in his deck. So looking like going to be more standard Inca gameplay this time. Look at Aze's deck, and this looks like it's going to be a fast fortress. Ace. Now, Ace does like to use the United States Marine, which makes it so that your Minutemen are basically buffed like crazy. They don't lose hit points, more damage against buildings, 1,000% more damage. So a very interesting card. I've seen him use it very effectively. Looks like Ace has found a wood treasure here. Let's see if he grabs that here in a second. Let's look at who's got the sheep. Okay, minimoult did eat a few of those sheep. The aid. His age up boom has started his age now. Ace is already just about a quarter of the way aged up. So expecting Ace is going to be fast fortressing. I'd imagine if he has scouted his deck, should be expecting a fast fortress. Everything else looks pretty standard about this USA deck, I would say. And up in the north, looks like minimoult has switched over all to wood. I expect he's going to be doing some kancha booming, which we do see going on. You guys know these are gathering some food, the classic houses gathering food mechanic of Age of Empires 3. And it looks like food and gold for A's. Let's see what his second card was. Is he going to send Irish immigrants? So usually if you're going to send Irish immigrants, you send it at that, so it arrives right at the 5-minute mark to get the max villagers possible. Oh, he does send out an early Minutemen.
Yes.
That's very curious. So maybe just going to go do some harassing. Perhaps he's trying to get a pop on his war huts that are going to pop out when he hits H2. And maybe he'll get them as they are coming across mid-map if he's expecting a forward base out of Inca. Yes. So maybe a smart decision. But he is going to take out this war chief, which will give him some nice experience. So already getting getting some nice value out of these Minutemen. And now, what I would say the only downside would be minimoult now knows these are coming, has some time to react as far as the rest of his town goes. He did harass this villager going back inside, so denying that hunt. Will this villager get away? It does. I wonder if his true plan was to try to catch these builder travois coming across the mid-map, which I think would be really, really strong. I know early on, before they nerfed the fast age for Lakota, I could fast age and get axe riders and snipe these in like instant win Inca games. So losing those is really bad. But he is going to get those up. War huts are there. And he also is throwing down a Tambo. Minutemen backing off. But going to be able to safely age behind that. He knows that he is in base. So he's not too worried about a rush coming in. Let's see. He did send 700 gold. He did not send Irish immigrants and is now sending it in Virginia General Assembly, which will give him that capital. And once you get that, the tech, it'll make it so he can age up faster to age 3. Oh, now we have the graphics bug of no XP. Oh, great. Oh, someone says we had no XP last game as well. I could restart my game after this series if you guys want to see if we can get the XP back. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. We'll just do our math. We'll have our resident math experts will let us know how much experience our players are gaining when they get their kills on these units. Okay, looks like 4 jungle bowmen popped out here for minimoult's first train of units. Here's the state capital. So gonna see something age 3. And I guess with these Minutemen, they do keep half health, as the United States do. He was able to probably, I don't know if he was going around and cleaning up some extra, if he was cleaning up some extra treasures. But I don't think these bowmen are going to do a whole lot at the moment. And minimoult is sending in the Chica brewing, which is going to increase the food gather rate of these houses. He does already have 12, almost has 12, so he's going to have a lot of food coming in. A nice boom for the Inca player, pretty much uncontested, and has a trade route. But I don't know. I think if I was playing the USA, I would be quite thrilled to not have Inca rushing the heck out of me at the moment. So I think it'd be fine. Fairbury thinks it's an option is turned off. I don't think I turned off XP. I certainly have always had it on, but we can double check maybe between games here. Okay. Oops, sorry. I won't speed it up. I forgot. Okay, we've got some regulars popping out here for some defense. Jungle Bowmen are probably going to pick those quite easily. One-shotting. We got 1 regular going down. Down goes a second. Down goes a third. So Jungle Bowman doing okay, losing a few. And we got Free Tag, the pet macaque, going in for the kill on this Jungle Bowman. He lays down 9 hand attack. Orders. And he's going to back off. Okay. And there we go. A's putting down a second covered wagon. Now, I've actually casted A's playing on this exact same map before. And I've seen him place like 2 town centers right here. Maybe that was when someone had a forward base here. Because this is going to help him if he goes for this Minutemen strategy. Now, it does look like he is sending Gatlins right now. He had shipped 700 wood, it looks like, during age up. And then used that so he could get this first town center down right away. Meanwhile, I expect minimoult will be aging here soon as well. Now that food income is coming in quite nicely. Making a few Chimu, getting a second war hut up. And it does look like he's going for Inca scouting party. Does he know this is here? I don't think so. Wait, he certainly does. Oh, he did scout it with his Chimu runner. So he's putting everything he has to try to burn this down quickly. Some Chimu is going in for the raids, but we do have. Well, that wasn't smart. Is he sad about his? I'm not sure if I saw exactly what he. Oh boy. I'm not sure if I saw what A's had done that he didn't like. Not really sure. But I think he's doing quite good. He's got both of his town centers up right now. I'm assuming he's going to be probably getting some Chimu ready to go take out these Gatlins. So the pathing on these Chimu are amazing. But he does need to stay away for now. Okay. Uh-oh, careful. Careful. Okay, yeah, I think he wants to wait till he can just rush in with the Chimu and take these Gatlins out. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything here on the side. He has a few Chimu just sitting on the hunt. Meanwhile, I don't know if that was a Gatlin. No, I don't think the Gatlins have fired yet. He does have both of his town centers. Minimoult is not aging. I originally thought he might be aging, but it looks like he was just macroing maybe to make all of these Chimu. Which, honestly, Mass Chimu might just wreck in this situation. Doesn't have a ton of anti-cav. But we'll have to see here. I think Inca do quite well against the United States. He is going to lose this Explorer going down. Okay, how much XP was that, guys? Was it 100 XP, right? I believe it's 100. we don't have the XP on right now. I don't know why. There we go, 100 XP. There we go. Feast of Crows wins that one. Okay, so he's continuing to produce more and more Chimu. What car is he sending now? He is sending road building. All military units move faster, so Chimu will be even faster than they are. Right now, without that, they have 6.25 speed. So he's going to be able to make quick work of these Gatling guns. A's needs to be careful here. Oh boy, here we go. Now the car does not come in yet, so probably not ideal. He's going to take shots from his Gatlins. Those really hurt. Oh my gosh. If you can see me right now, I'm hitting my forehead. But the Chimu still are going to get through and get to the Gatlins. There we go. 2 Gatlins going down. 1 Gatlin is still alive. But the Jungle Bowman will be having no problem cleaning up what is left of the infantry. Trying to escape to the north with a few Minutemen. Meanwhile, we have some Spearmen sieging down this town center. Continuing to kite. So overall, I think Minimoult came out a little bit ahead, but I think he could have possibly got a cleaner hit with this Chimu, maybe out with a flank. But, we'll take what we got right now. Let's see what cards A's has been sending. Okay, looks like right now he is sending the 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, which will upgrade his units, which certainly he probably wanted before that big fight. Yeah, I think it was a little greedy being out there in the middle of that. I don't know if he didn't know the Chimu were out there, but he had to suspect it, at least. It's looking really good for Minimoult right now. I'm just trying to keep up. We've got fights going on multiple fronts. Chimu's running in to do some raiding. But a lot of Jungle Bowmen. Let's see how many Jungle Bowmen he's got right now. Minimoult's got 20 of them. And A's really doesn't have much answer for this at this time. He's still waiting for the cooldown to send more minutes. He does his factory in, of course. But it looks like he's going to keep... He's got 11 villagers inside this town center, which if he's able to pick this off, would be devastating to the USA player. Oh, there were some units down here in the south hiding, I guess. I didn't see this. And he is going to get some shots off on his Jungle Bowmen. And villagers popping out to put in some overtime. Okay, so he is able to defend this town center for now, but I think these Jungle Bowmen are just going to kite and just pick off units one by one. He does lose his Chimu down here to the south. Maybe doesn't even realize it is happening. So I don't know. Maybe we're looking okay right now for A's. Oh boy, villagers popping out.
Yes.
I guess they are extra beefy since he's got the French immigrants here. Oh boy. Just continuing popping in and out. I think if he loses this town center, it's gonna be bad news for him. So he's really working to keep it alive. But these jungle bowmen have just been picking off units seemingly for free. Okay, here we go. The unit pops shows up, and he does have gatlings come in. Where back there from the artillery foundry. So he's got these militia and regulars right on top of Minimoult's army, and this is looking like a really nice fight now. Look at A, he's surviving with 545 HP right now in this town center, and the villagers fighting to keep their town center alive, and the spearmen are just walking through, cleaning up Minimoult's army. Wow, that ouch, ouch, and the gatlings coming in to add insult to injury. And I would not be shocked if a GG was called here. That's pretty devastating for Minimoult. Wow. And that's going to be game, guys. USA take the round. A's wins, putting the score to 3-2. And I think Harrison missed what? I think that might have been the shortest game we've had of the series. Well done. Man, I really thought for a moment there that Minimoult, after he crushed this fight and had this town center kind of on the ropes, I thought Minimoult might be well ahead, but it looks like a good timing he was able to have his units upgraded, popping out right on top with all these villagers, tanking a little bit of damage and some Minutemen, and was able to clean up that army. Wow. Wow, I'm rooting for both players here, but it is so good to see USA win a game in a tournament setting. And someone said in chat, activated a Dalyard, is this the first tournament USA win versus non-USA? It very well, oh yeah, and the flag, how could we forget? It very well might be the first tournament game. You guys are watching, you just experienced history here right now. Okay. So now we're going to be going on to the 6th game here. Let's look at the post game really quickly. Looking at the resources. Minimoult far ahead with the house boom he did. You know, what really surprised me here is I thought A's had quite a miss micro with his army in the middle of the map that got cleaned up there. Oh, I don't care about that. Look at those resources. But was able to make up for it with a big move there around his town center. So you always got to be careful sieging around those town centers. Okay, so that was 3, 4, 5. So this is game 6. Man, could this go all the way to game 7 if Minimoult wins it? Man, does ESOC do predictions for games? I wasn't sure. I don't want to kick a prediction off if it's not something we do. Actually, I can't even do it. I think I'm just logged in as myself here, right? Yeah, I'm not even logged in. So, okay, let's go on to game 6. Definitely been a close series. I like seeing. I enjoy casting games when. Oh, we got a German mirror. Okay, let's introduce this here. Okay, guys. So we are in round. If I can do my math. Round 6 of the ESOC TakkCafe Cup. This is a best of 7 in round of 8. So these are the quarterfinals. And it's been a close series so far. Right now the score is A's 3, Minimoult 2. And we have both players playing here as Germany. So we got another mirror. We've already had a Spanish mirror this series, and we've had a British mirror this series. So this is going to be a mirror with Germany. And we have it in the south, we'll have A's playing as the blue. And in the north, you have Minimoult playing as the red. I have to remember, it's sometimes hard to keep them straight in these mirrors of which player is who. So I'll do my best not to forget. I might even just say blue and red sometimes. Might help us out. Okay, so we've got A's picking up a food treasure here to start off. Got an in-base wood treasure here if Minimoult wants it, but it looks like he is going to pass that up for now. And we'll take a look at these decks once players have selected them. We do have an interesting trader out on this map. We've got 2 trade posts you can choose from. What is excuse me? I don't know what map this is. Maybe someone in chat can can let us know which map we are playing on here. This is obviously not in the standard map pool.
Aufgabe.
And I was pulled into cast kind of last minute here. I would have done my homework on this one. This is Nepal, I'm being told. Very cool. Yeah, someone said it does kind of look like Himalayas, doesn't it? You got some of these cliffs here. And it does look like Ace is going to pick up a nice food treasure here. 75 wood. Interesting, he did go for Duber the pet monkey there. He did pick that up. And maybe we're going to see a skirmish here between these two. So pretty standard. Let's look at the deck here. So here's A's deck. He does have, try to look at like what stands out to me. He does have the improved mercenaries here in age 3. Nothing else super crazy. He does have Cav upgrade for age 4. I've played against Minimoult's Germans. Let's see what he's got here. Yeah, he likes to have the Polish winged hussars in age 4. Does not have that mercenary upgrade in age 3. So maybe we'll see some mercenaries coming out of A's this game. You guys know he likes them. Okay. So I'm trying to look at the HP on these guys. Oh, we got 2 pet monkeys. Oh, so they start off, I'm assuming they started off with in-base pet monkeys on this map. Wasn't sure if they just picked that up. Okay, doing some micro to keep, we got Duber 1 and Duber 2 here. Nothing really too exciting as far as like different shipments for Germans. They're sending 2 settler wagons, pretty standard in age 1. Let's take a look at some of these hunts, I guess, while we wait. We've got kind of an eastern hunt here for A's and one to the north for maybe second and third hunts. Meanwhile, for Minimoult, it looks like he's got an eastern hunt, one out here to the west. So looks like a pretty fair hunt situation, or at least from what my eyes can tell. Look at the gold mines. We got 1 forward, 1 back. Man, look at A's forward gold mine is really forward. And certainly, you know, Germans use a lot of gold, as we saw the last game with Minimoult as Germany running out of gold. This is I once had a game against GUA, and he had a gold mine literally touching his town center. And I couldn't believe it. I think it's the only time I've ever seen that too. Is this game speed fine? I'll make sure it's just playing right. Yeah, I think it's going fine. Okay, and let's see what's going on up here to the north. Okay, taking a trader out here for blue. Red has not taken one. Oh, yep. And aging up. A's about halfway. Both players aging just about the same time. Going for wood here for the transition. Both players doing basically the same thing. A true mirror, pretty much, thus far. Nothing too exciting to look at the moment. We've got our upgrades coming in. Let's see what upgrades we've got yet out of A's. He's got hunting dogs. He's got his placer mines, and he's got his first wood upgrade. Let's look at...
Hello.
Okay, so I guess A's is currently 1 upgrade ahead at the moment. Okay, what's going on with Red building an outpost at the moment? Wait, is he building an outpost? Okay, so building an outpost mid-map. Very interesting from Minimoult. In-base racks going up for A's. And a forward racks going down for Minimoult. So we've got an outpost and a barrack, so definitely expecting Minimoult to put some pressure down. Let's see if A's has scouted this yet. It does not look like A's is aware at the moment that this is happening. And let's see how he opens up with this. Put on some pressure. We'll certainly want to get this hunt moved in, but doesn't look like Ace has tried to herd the right hunt quite yet. And there we go. He knows that that tower is there now. And let's look at first shipments. We're looking at, so probably both gonna be doing the same thing, I assume. Oh, okay. Minimoult went for 700 wood versus A's 3 settler wagons. So Minimoult maybe looks like committing to taking the trading post The second trading post, possibly. Yes, he did train some pikes. Meanwhile, picking up a 150 coin treasure for A. So that's going to be huge. A is going in for a raid here with these Ulans. We'll see keep an eye on what they end up doing. But that's certainly a great boost to his economy. Not to mention, he does have more settler wagons at the moment. So we have minimoult throwing down a stable. I'm assuming we'll be taking... I'm not very familiar with the trade route because I've not played this map. But I'm assuming we'll take Stagecoach here if he's going to take both of these. And that's how he's going to be playing this. Okay, Ulan trying to go on a raid. Not getting anything yet. We do have, unfortunately, some Marco Polo sheep being back-herded into the northeast corner. Let's see if he gets a pop on any villagers here. Oh, sending crossbow shipment to home. I don't know if that was intentional. Maybe it was intentional just to keep those Ulans away. Probably was. I kind of maybe expected it to come out front. Just put some pressure on. So crossbows coming up. They're going to take some shots at the settler here. But the Ulans forcing them to have to back up. Oh boy, Ulan's getting a hit on those crossbows. And A's has his own pikes as well. He's training up some doppels for A's. Let's see what minimoult is training some more crossbows. So we how these do. So you know, I really expected this game. This minimoult has got to win this in order to have a chance at winning this series. So everything's on the line for him. Let's see how... Oh, man. Doppel's coming out right on top of his army. Certainly less than ideal. He does not want to lose these pikes. Otherwise, the Ulans have free reign. We do have militiamen popping out as well. So A's is really putting everything he's got into fighting this off. He does just have crossbows now. Now, they're able to pop a lot of this army, but a few Ulans could be bad news for him. So he's going to back up, and in the back, in the flank, come two Ulans. Pikes snaring in the front. Ulans coming in the back. This is not a great position for minimoult to be in right now. Oh, boy. So I think Mini's army is going to get cleaned up. Let's hope the settler wagon at least gets away, but not sure if it will. Minimoult caught off guard by those doppels popping out. And looking good for A's right now. Cleaning up that army quite easily. Those 4 pikes, which were certainly intended to defend the crossbow, popping, but not going to get any value that at the moment. Oh boy, the master of pops. Okay, so minimoult is going to have to really make some strong plays in order to pop back from this one. We know Vill-wise, A's is sitting on 25 versus minimoult's 20 villagers. But we've seen mini games today. Vills didn't matter, so we'll see. But man, this blue German army is looking quite strong at the moment with the doppels and the pikes. We have a lot of siege, only getting 2 crossbows out. It looks like he was macroing for... Oh boy, he is calling out a handful of Minutemen, but these going to be coming out from home here. Boy, I'm not sure how he's going to stop... Blue, I kind of feel, has a death ball at the moment. Let's see. A's is training up some more doppels. Minimoult's got these few Ulans, which can easily go down. Maybe these were just meant to protect this settler wagon. Maybe not. Walking right on past. Oh boy, maybe he didn't see that. Doppel still swinging away. That's a settler wagon in the back. Tower has gone down. Shipping some doppels of his own and training doppels. Will we see a reverse doppel pop now? Will red get the doppel pop on blue? We will see. Okay, that settler wagon has been tanking that sword. He don't care. Whack. Those settlers are fine. They've got their great coats. They're not afraid of a little sword hitting their coat. Oh, but it looks like these settlers have moved into the army. Now he did pass... Since he did go past the barracks, he in fact, where I thought Mini might get a nice pop on him, isn't going to. At least with this doppelsoldier pop. Maybe he'll get the surround, but he has already used his Minutemen. Oh boy. Oh no, no. Back up. I was kind of thinking he should back up until this army had arrived so they could attack at the same time. Two Ulans coming in. He is targeting, it looks like, some of these doppels, but minimoult's doppel's getting on top of blue. This has been a lot of doppel action this game so far. I think both players right now are just training doppels. And these crossbows trying to run away. There we go. I think minimoult is going to clean up these crossbows just fine. But blue's still looking okay. Maybe Doppel's popping out here if he can get a full pop here. I expect he will. Am I in the right player right now? Okay, we're on minimoult. Okay, I have to double check. It's hard to the mirrors. These 5 are going to pop right on him, so he's going to be able to defend this barracks. We stop from going down. No, it does go down. Man, but maybe, let's see, Doppel micro. I'm not sure exactly how you do the Doppel micro. I don't see a ton of it. Can we rotate? I can't even see what's going on here. But it looks like minimoult will win this fight, particularly with these reinforcements coming in. But he did lose his barracks, so right now he can only train Ulans, which aren't going to do well if A's is still training Doppels. So this has been a great game. This is probably my favorite one in the series so far. It's very close. So A's was looking like had some good momentum after that first push that he was able to clean up of minimoult. And now minimoult has the Doppel advantage. Now A's taking a lot of gold. And let's see, what's he working on here? I was like, is he going for mercenaries already? But food and gold. He's going for food and wood at the moment. I'm sorry, gold and wood. He's shipping wood. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. Minimoults. Villager-wise, 29 villagers for A's versus 25 for minimoult. Maybe he's going to drop a saloon. You can only think, man. Minimoults look like macroing to age at the moment. Macroing to age, putting some pressure on A's. A's going all in on the gold right now. You know what it is?
Yeah.
I kind of said it earlier on. I was surprised he wasn't hurting these Marco Polo sheep in, and that's catching up with him right now. He's forced off his hunt, now forced off of that forward gold mine. I do think it's quite unfortunate, the gold mine placement that he was dealt, but I don't think a huge factor here. Doppel's getting on top of these villagers on the back line. We got settler wagon going down. You never want to lose those settler wagons as Germany. And not only that, stopping any hope of food production. A's macro, he's got 800 wood in the bank. I'm not sure what he can really do with it. With wood and gold, you can't train anything. He is going to siege down this stable. Meanwhile, I expect minimoult's aging or about to. Yeah, he's about halfway aged and has just dealt a nice raid. Now the players are tied for villagers with that second gold mine running out right now for A's. Still plenty of gold for minimoult at the moment. They've got one Marco Polo sheep here. Building an outpost on the forward gold mine. So trying to secure some gold for his next stage. And now he is on the berries at the moment. Wow. And we'll see what happens here. Score-wise, Ace is ahead. He did just take out the stable. So minimoult, it did drop, it looks like an in-base barracks, but I'm sure he doesn't care. He's just going to get this age off, which he is now in H3. Putting some pressure on the trade route from A's. And there we go. Both players have traded trade posts. Stable going up now for A's. But still, A's macro is pretty weird at the moment. He's finally getting some food production back. Going for gold. Maybe he just knows that minimoult is aging. He's just felt that age is coming and thought, I'm just going to get some gold for now and keep my villagers safe. But he's going to need to train something quick here. And certainly, if we got some skirmishers popping out for minimoult, there's his first shipment. It's going to be easily able to take out these Doppels. Okay, but we have seen A's in crazy situations before, so who knows what could happen here. Oh boy. Not so sure about Doppels versus skirms right now. Taking down one Doppel. One takes a lot of damage. There goes the crossbow. They are going to run away inevitably. What's going on down here? Oh, man. Another settler wagon goes down for A's. Now on 26 villagers versus... I'm sorry, A's is on 28 versus minimoult's 26. Granted, he'll just finish aging. Now, he does not have any villagers in queue, which he'll definitely want to fix that soon. Ulan's just going to raid the gold mines. Oh, nice. This is a very nice play. He's got no protection against these Ulans in base right now. Anything popping out. He's only just started training the war wagons using the villagers to block. Look at that.
Ja.
Oh my gosh, trying to block those Ulans just a little bit and save time till he can get that war wagon pop. Oh boy, this is unfortunate right now for Minimoult. And he's still not training any villagers at the moment. Okay, using Sailor Wagons to try to block still. Get maximum value out here. Still waiting. These war wagons just training so slowly. What's going on up here? We got some Ulans still going from Ro8. So a nice move from A's, getting some Ulans out here and making a big play here. These skirmishers, he's still got a few alive, which is nice for him.
Ja.
Now these Ulans are going to be high in damage, low in HP is how the Ulans operate. And here come the war wagons. Those should have no problem taking out what is left here of these Ulans, but he did lose a lot of skirmishers in the meantime. And it looks like he ran 3 crossbows down the bottom right. I was like, what is down there? Where did all his he lost all his doppels, didn't he? He was just kiting and killing doppels. So I see someone in chat saying GG, but I never call GG with these two until it's the end of the game. Okay, so we've got veteran war wagons moving out. We've got these skirmishers going on down to the southeast. Probably just expecting that he's here at this gold mine since he built the tower, but in fact, he is not there. I guess this is just the distraction tower, or he's just been pushed off of it at this point. More Ulan raids coming in. Let's see what happens here. He could get a pop on these villagers. Now let's see what's going on with the A's. A lot of gold in the bank. Not enough food. It looks like he's trying to age up. Okay, grabbing a skirmisher or a villager here, but the war wagons pop and they will defend that. Now, neither of these units are going to have a lot of siege, right? We got skirmishers and war wagons. Not a whole lot of siege out of these. Oh, now he is going to see, since he does have a settler here, see that there is a settler wagon here. I would move my army over and siege these, take out these if he knows they're there. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so he does see that settler wagon, pulls it back. Will he lose this villager? And look, that villager will survive. What's going on over here? Nothing too much. Villagers are pulling back. Okay, so settler wagon does go down. Meanwhile, we just got more skirms, more settler wagons. Drop. Oh. Are we about to see another 5 doppel pop? Oh, could it happen? If they had gone into siege, there could have been something happen here, but I don't think they're going to be extremely effective. Let's see here. They could pop right on top of him if he's not careful. Okay, he does take those back. Oh, did you see? We saw experience that time. What the heck? Remember the experience wasn't showing up before? Maybe we're not seeing unit experience. Let's see. Do we see it here? Let's see if it does it. Yeah, weird. I didn't change any settings, but now we can see the experience. Very weird. Okay, stable being sieged on the right side. Harassment on the left. A's does not have any gold at the moment. He did finally reach H3, but he's going to need gold to be able to train any of the strong German units. It's a very gold-heavy civilization. Stable getting sieged down as well. What did he just upgrade? Were those? I thought so. Veteran Dops. Okay. But quite a death ball starting to grow here for Minimoults. Man, I'm just... Oh, look at this. We got a raid going on in base. But it does look like Minimoult is able to stop it. Looking grim for A's at the moment. House is going down, but not going to affect them as they are right now. 2 crossbows just hanging out, doing their thing. Maybe just checking out the hunt. Lots of doppels. Okay, so this Minimoult's army is just lurking out here at the moment. Okay, and now he's starting to siege down these barracks. Does look like 5 skirmishers will pop out. Let's see if he gets a shot off on them if they get away. There you go, 1 shot. One's almost dead, 18 HP. Explorer heading on in to snare. Such a great play with that explorer snare, so these skirms can't kite. And the barracks does go down. Meanwhile, we have some Ulans coming in to the northwest to raid the settler wagons. Looks like... Not sure what's going on with these guys at the moment. Oh, we had a raid down the southeast as well. Looking very, 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 very good for Minimoult. Let's see what Ace has up his sleeve. Now, he is shipping 5 Doppel soldiers. So we'll have to see... we'll have to see where they pop out. Maybe this outpost? I guess Dops are nice when your enemy is sieging because you can pop right on them. They never expect the dot pop. I feel like dot pop would be a great emote or something. Okay, so Dops popping out right here, getting up on Red's army. But I'm not sure. Will they win this? Will they clean? Look at that. How many does he have left alive? 6. Wow. Back from the what we thought was the edge of defeat, A's has cleaned Minimoult's army with a 5 dot pop. Oh my gosh. This has to be the most insane play. I'd say more than just this series. Holy cow. I mean, I thought A's was out of this, and now it's looking great for A's. Let's see what Minimoult's got behind it. Now, though he's cleaned up this army, Minimoult has been gathering this entire time. A's economy has been harassed quite a bit, so he does just need to respond, but it's going to take him some time to repop this army. We got these... be careful there. A decent amount of war wagons alive. 2 crossbows walking around still. Let's look at the villager count. 29 villas for Minimoult versus 33 for A's. So A's is up on villagers right now. I wonder what the settler wagon count is. They're garrison right now, so I'm not sure if I can select them. Let's see. So he's got 5 settler wagons versus Minimoult has how many settler wagons? 7 settler wagons. Okay, so a little difference there. Now, oh, jeez. Big raid on Minimoult. The 2 crossbow coming back to haunt. 1 settler wagon going down. Villager going down. That's 2. This settler's going to die from those 2 crossbows. Losing just a ton of villagers there. I don't know if we can turn off villagers up here with these war wagons. But that's going to be a devastating... Man, if I was Minimoult, I would be extremely frustrating, knowing he has to win this round. Everything's on the line for him right now to stay alive in this tournament, and to be ahead like I felt like he was, and have that dot pop happen. Man, he's probably sweating right now. Okay, guys, so we very much could be looking at what could be the end of this series if A's is able to come out ahead. Minimoult is chasing down with the veteran war wagons, but as we know, war wagons are not very fast. Looking at their speed, they got 6 speed versus the Ulan's 6.75 speed, and it does look like Minimoult has sent Black Riders. Now, in just in time for the Black Riders, it does look like A's has given up the top game and has pivoted to skirmishers, keeping his enemy guessing. So this very much could come down to whatever the next battle might be. This is definitely been certainly a very back and forth game. But A's, I can't wait to look at the score and the timeline and see like the jump from that last fight. Because it looked like he was all but out of the game. Okay, so harassing some vills there. Looks like A's was able to kill a skirmisher. Now, running out of this gold mine, he does have to move out to the less safe gold mine up here. What was that? I missed whatever was out there. I love that those 2 crossbows actually got a settler kill after all that time. Never throw away two crossbows. You never know. Okay, so Minimoult looking very nice right now score-wise. But Ace is ahead on villagers. Now, that doesn't count settler wagons. Ace has 5 settler wagons versus... okay, they both have this even amount of settler wagons, so truly even villager count. But a lot of skirmishers for Ace. So he has to be careful. Oh my gosh. Took a risky move there. He could have got caught in that trade post. Oh boy. we got Settlers caught off guard in the middle and skirmishers behind them, not going to be able to stop those Ulans. War Wagon's very much so out of position. But okay, I forgot. He's got the Black Riders, and those are going to be certainly really strong. A's committing to the Doppel game. He's making more Dops. So there's going to be Skirmisher, Doppels versus War Wagon, Black Riders, and I guess some Skirmishers. So he needs to be careful not to get caught off guard in a fight here. These Skirmishers could take a pop at these Black Riders. And he wants to keep these alive. Let's see if he can get a shot off on these Settler Wagons. Here we go. We got a big raid coming up here. Man, Black Rider taking all the way down to 7 HP. The Doppel's right up on him. He does kill one of them. But these outposts doing their damage. But not able to one-shot these villagers quite right now. But a lot of Settlers seeing still. He just ran out of that gold mine. Okay, so I'm not sure if Minimoult knows it, but all he needs to do right now is just kind of stay alive. Ace is pretty desperate for res. All his villagers are over here. But now we got another raid coming in. Nice. War Wagon's right up on him. Getting a good raid on these villagers, which he needed to do. Getting lots of values out of the Black Riders so far. And these Doppels, we're looking at 4.5 speed versus the 7.25. I think that was a very... I think a nice trade for Minimoult there. Boy, this has been quite a round. Okay. Oh boy, careful! Run! Oh boy, down goes the Black Rider. Lots of skirmishers, but the Ulans are going to get on top of the skirmishers. He loses 2 Black Riders right there. What's going on down here? Ulan's taking out a villager. Let's check in the villager count right now while this battle rages on. 32 for A's, 31 for Minimoult, so just about even. Let's look at shipments. All unit shipments so far. Ace has not used mercenaries as he did have in his deck. Has anyone sent any? I don't think a single unit upgrade has been sent. Okay, so you know, with the Germans, it's just the battle of who's going to run out of gold first here. So these just got to take good fights. It looks like both players are playing defensively. Now, if A's can take this fight on his turf here on the west side, he does have these 2 towers that can shoot. Minimoult hasn't really built any towers. Oh, he is able to get some mid-map food. Very nice for him. You know, earlier he was running out of gold, and now he's got food, but no gold. It looks like trading some food for gold to get a few more Doppels out. But A's starting to get hungry. Minimoult's looking really nice on res right now. He's got Ulans getting ready to pop, so he might want to wait for that fight. But the Ulans do... Did he see them? I think he saw them. Oh, yeah, he knows they're there. So even if he doesn't kill, he's backing them off. But can the Doppels get up on these Ulans? Maybe they'll blend in. And nope, they backed up. Good move for Minimoult. Okay, well, you know, after that huge dot pop when A's got back on top, man, that all rhymed. Oops. I thought this fight was going in A's favor again. I was talking about how Minimoult's got to be sweating. He's got everything on the line here, but now it's looking that Minimoult has control of this fight once again. This is certainly, I think, one of the most exciting games I've casted in quite some time. I love a nice back and forth from the powers here. I think we were ready to call GG like 10 or 15 minutes ago. They just keep going. Okay, so with all these Ulans, just looking at this, I don't know. I can't make any predictions right now because I think we underestimated these Ulans in the last fight. And if they get on top, oh, okay, they go the opposite way. But his Ulans are on top of the skirmishers, but Black Riders. Oh, I think this is going to be Minimoult's fight just because of the fact he was able to clean a lot of Ulans up. But let's see what happens here with these Doppels. Skirmisher-wise, we've got 19 skirmishers for Minimoult, 21 at the moment for A's. But his Ulans are just going to clean up now. He's killed the rest of those Doppels, and here come those Ulans. He is splitting off his skirmishers, going to try to make a last-minute effort to stay alive. But looking very nice. We still have 2 Black Riders alive and going to call it GG. Holy cow, guys. What a round. What a round. Jeez. it just went back and forth so many times. I feel like we could cast that game a second time and it still would be fulfilling. Let's update the score. This series goes to the final game. So now we are 3. Minimoult taking the win versus 3 for A's. Wow, wow, wow. I sure hope ESOC is able to put this one on their YouTube because I think this will be a great series to rewatch. Wow. Let's take a look at the post game. I'm going to jump right on over to the timeline here. So villager count, A's was very much ahead majority of the game. If you recall at the very beginning, A's sent his settler wagons while Minimoult decided to send his wood shipment and go for the forward base. And you can see here, A's was ahead. But I think the biggest problem is while A's had more settlers, Minimoult kept the pressure on them and kept him from gathering. I felt like he was low on it. The hunt situation in his base for like his 3rd and 4th hunts were difficult to secure, and the gold mines were running out. So I'm not sure how much that played into it. Let's look at the military unit population just to see. Right here, this was that dot pop in H3 for A's that we saw. He took Minimoult's army of 64, and with this doppelganger pop right here, completely obliterated it. That was just like this right here was some great Age of Empires for us. It was crazy. Wow. Whew. That was quite a game. Okay, so now this is the, of course, we're here in the ESOC TakkCafe Cup. If you're just joining us, we are going to the 7th game. This was the best of 7, and it looks like the players have won these all. And I gotta say, I was happy for Minimoult in that last game. You could tell, I mean, everything was on the line for him, and what I felt like he was behind after that doppelganger pop, he was able to come back from that. So very, very good job. What on earth is going on with chat? Okay, well, there you go, guys. We got some characters out here. So let's go into this final game of the series. So this is a best of 7. These are the quarterfinals. So the player who wins this next game, it will be the final one of the series and will advance. Yeah, and a big shout out to the TakkCafe. If you have not already, make sure you visit at the ESOC community. I can't even. I'm trying to post links, but I'm just logged in with Fitzbro, so I can't even post a link. So you just have to trust me. Head on over to our the ESOC website, eso-community.net, and you can also see links to the TakkCafe supporting this series, which I don't know about you guys, but always excited to have some support for the Age of Empires 3 community and appreciate the TakkCafe putting in some monetary value to these tournaments. Okay, let's go, guys. Enough of my blabbering. Round 7, the final match. Okay, guys, we have the final round of the best of 7 series of Minimoult versus A's. And with the last game, this Minimoult came out ahead and was able to tie up the series. We have Minimoult playing as the British versus Inca. Minimoult playing as the Inca, the red player on the west, versus A's playing as the British blue on the east side. We have seen Minimoult play Inca. I believe it's been twice in the series, at least one. I can't remember if it was A's on one of those. It's been so many games. But anyways, let's start off with this map. This is a very unique map, and as I mentioned in the last game, I was kind of brought in late to this casting, so I didn't get to do my homework. Maybe someone in chat can share what map we are looking at here. You see, we got our fish and our lots of tuna out in the sea. We got humpback whales. This reminds me of an Asian Dynasties map. I'm being told it is Dhaka. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Dhaka. This looks really much like there was a map on Asian Dynasties that was very similar to this. I don't know if this is a variation of it. So there are 2 water crossings. We have a trade route with 4 trade posts. And did I pronounce that right? Does anyone know if I pronounced it right? Now, can you get... Okay, there is a water crossing. You can get to the north. Okay, so a very unique map. I kind of like this. Very fitting for the final round of what has been a close series. We have a very unique map. And let's see what happens here. So we do have some natives up here to the north. Let's see what we got. We've got the Bhakti Temple. I think that's both of them are. Not really letting me select them. I guess that's what they are. It looks like A's is picking up a gold treasure up top. And let's take a look at these players' decks. Okay, so we have A's does have Virginia Company in his deck, as well as a town militia, in case there's maybe a native rush coming in. Not certain if he will use it or not. So we'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, minimoult, oh boy, he is prepared for this. He is sending schooners right out of the gate here in Age 1. Looks like A's has sent a sad face. Oh, there has been a yak sacrifice. Ace saying that yak had a family. He was thinking bad thoughts. Oh boy. Did you guys see this? The water, these berry bushes are sparkling. Did you guys see it? We've got sparkling berry bushes. Wow, I don't know what's in there. These are some shiny berries. They are really going. Look at that. Okay. Anyways, so we got some yaks in play. This is a fun map. Honestly, I would be interested. Actually, I'm not sure. I feel like I play poorly on a lot of the water maps. So I was about to say I would love to see this in the map pool for rank. But who knows? I might just lose this to Portuguese all the time. Disco Bush confirmed. Bloom effect OP. Okay, here we go. We might have some stolen treasure action. Let's see who gets it. Who's going to get it? Make your predictions. Minimoult saying he needs help. Going for the tiger. We got A's ready to go. Oh, I didn't see. I think Minimoult. A's got it. Oh, man. Okay, so A's picking up the 80 wood, which, as you guys know, for the British, it's going to just only help him get an extra mana off here a little bit quicker. He did take a trade post here. And yes, you do see the Virginia Company coming in. Now, the interesting thing, I see 2 caravels in A's deck. The British have some nice fishing cards as well. So not seeing any of those in play here on a large water map. Meanwhile, we've got those cards being used for Minimoult. Now, Minimoult has sent schooners, but has obviously not used it yet. Fishing boats are cheaper. Don't see any docks down yet. Walling the middle of the map. Vivid says, "I know, I know, I will regret it if they put this in the map pool." But hey, at least it's got like a kind of cool trade-off, and you can wall up. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't like this one. Okay, we got some more sparkly bushes. Wow, those things are sexy. Look at that. This is gonna be a mature stream. Woo! Sparkly berry bushes. Okay, we've got a dock going down for the Inca player for Minimoult. An in-base outpost. I almost expect to see the outpost maybe towards this choke point, or even at this the end of the land here to maybe contest water a little bit more. I wonder if A's has looked at Minimoult's deck and knows that he's going for the water. Now, we saw in the series on Florida, I think that was the first game of this series, A's went for what felt like an odd 2 caravels early on. And so perhaps he'll send this caravel shipment and deny this. Minimoult certainly going for 2 docks, walling up. Warhus at the choke point. He has got his base in lockdown. So I think we're going to see a lot of booming. And I'm kind of excited for the last game of the series. Would not be surprised that this ends up being quite an epic battle if both these players are just going to sit back and boom for some time. Okay, so British, as expected, sending in 700 wood. doing his. He says, you know what, you do you. I got my manor boom going on. But I feel like the value out of this water, he's got his town center producing villagers, 2 docks producing, and he can probably throw pretty much all of his villagers on wood because he'll have his conchas getting his food. He's got fishing boats. Now, I always wonder sometimes, I don't play a ton of Inca, and Minimoult definitely could answer for us, but like where the threshold of are you better off, building a house to generate food versus, another fishing boat. I guess with these upgrades, the fishing boats would be better. Let's just looking at the rate alone, 0.67 food per second out of a fishing boat, 0.6 for the concha house. So the fishing boat, and it's also a little bit cheaper. But I guess that they're both pretty comparable. Man, what a series this has been. Now look at the score. You see A's taking an early lead with this manor boom. He already has. Is he at 200 population yet? He is almost there. He's got 18 manors. And as you guys know, the British, every time they build a manor, they get a villager popping out. And for those of you that aren't very familiar with the British, they sent the Virginia Company card, which makes their manors cost minus 35% wood, which is significantly cheaper, 88 wood for them. So he's got a lot of villagers. He's sending on 43 villagers already versus Minimoult's 31. Though there's going to be a cap on what he's able to do with these, right? Because he can keep training boats, and I think there are plenty of fish in this sea. I know always a hot debated topic. Are there enough fish in the sea? Are there enough fish in the sea? We even got some whales, humpback whales, swimming around here. No one's gone to the Northern Island. Been largely neglected so far this game. Both players do have 1 trade post. Oh, we got another concha boom going on here. Now let's see what's going on with the British. I ran out of water like 3 games ago. My throat's starting to get a little dry here, but we'll keep going. It's very exciting. Okay, so not training any fish out of this dock at the moment, or any boats. Now, what's he sending there? Salt ponds. Villagers, fishing boats, and Chinka rafts gather faster from animals, so plus 20%. And he's also sending his wood upgrade. In the meantime, oh, we got some action. Our first fight of the game. We've got some musketeers laying down some siege. But Minimoult does have 5 jungle bowmen, which I think will do fine taking these out. So find a little bit of action, but British score looking really, really good. Obviously, he has the early advantage as far as villagers. He's on 46 villagers versus Minimoult's 40, but I'll be curious to see if Inca can take over as we progress in time, just with having full reign on the sea. Now, A's is none the wiser that he's on water. Now, if you looked at his deck, probably can predict it, but you can't know for sure, I guess. And it does like we have some aging going on. A's is aging. Minimoult's still holding tight. What I think the move right now out of A's possibly should be is to get this army down. He's hitting that age, get that Falcon shipment in, and put some pressure on before the Inca can catch up, because these are going to pay off over time. This water's going to pay off over time. What was the 3rd Inca shipment? Am I able to see that? I think there's a way with this UI. I don't remember. His 3rd... Oh, you're talking about the one I just read? Salt ponds, and then... Oh, he sent rafts just to protect his water. So, probably not a bad idea. Protect his investment. Oh, he's going to put him in the pond. Ha ha ha! He's sending... You think the salt pond should put things in the pond, but we've got a raft going to pop out here on the water, so he's going to have some nice control. I almost expected him to throw it out on the ocean, if only for the fact that these are a lot of boats he will want to protect. He's got a lot invested here. Okay, now if he is going heavy on musketeers, Jungle Bowmen are going to be pretty happy about that. It looks like he's going Muscus. So not sure how that's going to match up here against the Inca. Now, he doesn't know these boats are here, but he did go down to the south. Jungle Bowman taking some shots. I'm not even certain if he had even scouted this wall yet. So maybe he didn't know and was just trying to walk across. And there we go, hitting age 3 for A's and sending that cannon shipment kind of as expected. But let's see what he does with it. I don't think these mass musketeers are going to do a whole lot against the Jungle Bowmen. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say this is a bad decision because this could come into play here later, having control of this pawn. It's going to be very unique, that's for certain. Okay, in comes this Caraval. So I think he got that Caraval from aging up, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see exactly what he aged up with. But at the very least, he did, I think, train one here. Did he ship him? Oh, he didn't ship one. Okay. Maybe somebody else caught it. Okay, so some action. We're going to be seeing some land and sea battle. We got 2 seas. Here's the Falconets. Now, those Falconets could put some shots into these rafts if they see them. Just going to kite back for now. He's got that wall for defense. Honestly, I almost feel like with how much... oh, look at this. Both players kind of do the same stuff. Oh, you know what he can do? He can go right around the wall if he wants to. I don't think he's going to. He's going to take down the wall. He doesn't need to go around it. Okay. 5 villagers, or 5 Hussars, going to be the next shipment. Looks like he's doing the Spearman Big Button. minimoult hasn't been training a ton of army and now needs to very quickly. This is kind of what I expected the A's to do. Use your advantage while you have it. But he does need to deal with... Where did the Chimu go? Oh, here's the Chimu. I'll say, come take out this cannon. Taking some big volleys from the Falconet, but we got Chimus in the back line killing a few villagers, but honestly, I don't think villagers are the concern for British. He's just trying to push with this mass. Okay, he's got his Caraval if he has to jump away from these Chimu. What a weird fight. So we got raids going on with Chimu in the back line. Warhut taking some fire. This Warhead is going to go down, giving him... Oh, but the Caraval goes down at the same time. Look at that. What a trade. Chimu's still running around, but the Hussars do catch them, and we'll clean this up. He's got 3 hiding in the bank. And right now, I kind of feel like this is looking good for A's, because how is minimoult going to deal with these Falconets at the moment? Now, I don't even know if he's seen that. Holy cow. Woo! Did you guys feel that? He just lost so many jungle bowmen. Man. But these Chimus coming out, trying to get on the Falcon. There he goes. Chimu very quickly. 1 goes down. And just as quickly as we thought these Falcons were going to be oppressive, they go down. But minimoult will need to fend off these Hussars. What's he training right now? Oh, he's sending 5 privateers, I believe. Is he? Yeah, it looks like it. 3 buccaneers. Yeah. So those are gonna pop out. Where's he gonna put them? In the middle pond, really? I thought he might put them right here. There we go. Interesting choice. Maybe just to keep him completely. I almost expect him to be on this side, but he is gonna defend here in his pawn. He really wants this pawn. It's just a weird fight. We got some Chimu ratings been happening in the back while all this action's been going on. Kind of hard to say what's exactly happening. We got the Inca Explorer hitting these Hussars. He stopped this Warhut mid-production, which is going to be very nice for A's because minimoult really needs to get some army out on the field to deal with the advancing British forces. Now, he still has all his eco on the sea. He is starting to lose some fishing boats, it appears. I imagine if these buccaneers were out here, I almost wonder if minimoult meant to send them out here in the first place. Because, man, look at this. This is just 100% useless right now. I kind of feel like this is what Ace did the first game with his 2 caravels. Okay, guys. Let's see what's going on here. We got more Falconets. Looks like he's now training Falcons. As far as villager count, Inca is ahead, and we know Inca is, of course, gathering from his houses. So I feel like if minimoult could just hang in here. Oh, another war hut being stopped from being built. Oh, God. So close to being done. This is just killing minimoult right now. I feel like he just needs to bite the bullet and drop a war hut back here. Now, Ace has 21 idle villagers at the moment. Look at that, hanging out there by his gold mine. Let's see what minimoult is up to. Look at minimoult's res. Is he going to age? I think minimoult just can't spin his stuff. Okay, now he is aging. I don't know if he was macroing for it or it just happened. But yeah, I as I kind of mentioned earlier on, I now look a nice volley on these falconets. So these are both at less than half health at the moment. So as I kind of predicted early on, if Inca can hold on here for the long game, Inca's economy I think is going to overtake the British, which I think is what we're seeing right now. We have the British on berries. Inca are fishing. He's still doing just fine out here. Hasn't really lost many villagers. This guy sure can aim. He's talking to, I don't know if he's talking about these guys or he's talking about those shots on those falcons. And Inca's water is still, if you guys remember when DE first released, Inca's water was absolutely insanely broken. And we're insanely strong. I feel like broken is overused, but they truly were. But they have been nerfed since then. Aren't as crazy as they were, but as I understand, are still a very strong water civilization. Okay, let's see what's going on up here. You want me to look at the temple? No one's got the temple right now. We looked at it earlier. Okay, here comes the advancing fight. We've got 2 falconets and a culverin here in the middle. Let's see what happens. Oh, man, those bowmen get absolutely... Finally, minimoult is able to get his warheads down. Am I seeing this right? Did he cancel his age? He did. So minimoult was aging at one point. He did cancel it and is shipping Chimu support, which is going to give them extra HP. The Chimu aren't going to do amazing versus the musketeers. They will deal with the cannons. But right now, he's doing okay. Chilling back here. Man, the Sassars take a lot of cannonballs to die, huh? Okay, let's see what happens here. Here comes the Chimu. They have great pathing. I wish all cav had the pathing of Chimu. Holy cow! What? How'd they pop? Oh! Oh! They used the Chasqui for the home city shipment point and was able to spawn right on top of the Falcons. I didn't even see it coming. Wow, huge. But meanwhile, A's popping out 3 caravels here in the water and taking out a lot of fishing boats. Man, that was a great play there. But minimoult's still looking down in score, about 5K. So he does need to answer this army, and his what has been a free fish boom thus far is currently being destroyed. Holy cow, we've got a bunch of Zars on these villagers, and they are nowhere close to the town center. And even though minimoult had this amazing pop, is he going to be able to survive this? Losing all these villagers. Fishing boats dying left and right. Oh man, it still is an amazing clip. If we were to pick clips from this series and make a highlight reel, I would definitely put that as maybe number 1. I don't know if is that bigger than the dop pop we had last game. What do you guys think? Was that better? It's just out of nowhere. It just sneaks you. Dop pop was better. I don't know what to look at right now, but minimoult's base, his villagers, his ships are under siege. We had some Chimu do some damage. 37 vills for Inca versus 61 for British. Man, and I bet you minimoult just wishes he had these out in the ocean right now. I think maybe this was not the best spot to place these, but probably does not have a ton of experience playing on this map, as it is not very standard. But who knows? This could have been good. And now the water eco is gone. He still... okay, he is going to recover from this. He's finally able to clean up his caravels. Maybe he still will have enough economy to hold on. We will see. Don't forget, they've got houses gathering resources, right? And sometimes these civs don't need vills to survive. He's got his water still. He's doing okay. Let's see what he's training. A's isn't training anything at the moment and is largely... doesn't have a lot of eco. 500 food, 500 gold and wood. Oh my gosh, a huge villager migration. But minimoult currently does not have a town center. Is sitting on how many vills? 37 vills. and he is shipping 2 town centers. So he'll have a town center here. Okay. So I feel like we're back at this moment of I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here because minimoult has pushed back on water. And look at the range of these boys. Wow. So starting to do some siege, and he's going to take us artillery foundry, which will just be very annoying for A's. He's going to have to spend some wood, and he doesn't really have any extra res at the moment. He does have a town center in the back he's laying down. So he still needs to clean up these musketeers in the back, but at this point, I would say this is anyone's game, and I would maybe even err on the side of saying minimoult could have the eco advantage, considering the fact he does have control of the water again. A's does not have any water shipments to send in here. And he's got houses gathering resources for him while A's is starting to run out. He does have a hunt in the back he's using. Okay, so let's see what happens. And I get scared of late game Inca. I just feel like things just start to snowball for them. Let's look at what shipments he's got in the works at the moment. Okay, he is sending in fish market, which is going to give 25% boost to food and coin. He's got 2 town centers going down that he had just shipped, which is going to get his economy back on track. And not to mention, he has control of the water. Even if he finishes off all these fish, which is going to take a long time, he can start gathering gold out here as the map will eventually run out of gold. But plenty of gold on the map at the moment. Let's see, 1 gold mine here for A's. 1 gold mine. Okay, so they're doing fine. So we're back to just booming. We got Caper saying A's wins because not enough fish in water. We'll see. So holy, woo! He's got the poison coming in. Those musketeers don't stand a chance. And so now, how are the British going to answer this at the moment? He's got boats starting to lay siege on his main town. I feel like musketeers are just not going to do the job anymore against a jungle bowman mass. And it looks like minimoult is got 3 warheads producing elite Chimu at the moment. Look at the res right now. So British floating some at the moment. He's still making musketeers. Man, and I don't know. I'm worried about how these musketeers are going to go when we end up with a fight against these jungle bowmen. But we'll see. Let's. I don't think you can call anything yet. If you guys have not learned in the previous rounds, this is anyone's game still. Okay, so we got a standoff. This is just like. Can we just take a moment and just appreciate the beauty of these graphics right now? We got this beautiful whales. We got water. We got these boats. We got this beautiful map. We got the Inca on the side with their fortifications. We got these boats on the pond. We got Chiba running. Oh, look at this. We got the glittering beautiful berries on the map. Okay, what's going on over here? Man, these Chimu, they can just get in and get out. That's what scares me about the Chimu. Asars, you can get snared up. And they're not going to get anything over there. I think the Chimu are going to have a fun time if they find these villagers. Let's see what happens here. Okay. See, I see Mido saying that fish should be infinite like the whales. And not sure if Mido is being serious or we're just memeing fish, but I've been saying I don't think that whales should be infinite because they are endangered species. So why are the whales infinite? Okay, big battle going on here with the Chimu on top of the Hussars. So the Hussars doing pretty well against these Chimu in general, but I think these jungle bowmen with some low HP Hussars will do just fine. Kind of an awkward fight for both these players, just kind of trading their cav mass. So yeah, kind of a weird fight. Oh, Colves in the middle, finally taking out these boats in the pond. But those Colves, 2 Colves, was that 3 Colves? I think it's 2. I thought I saw another one stacked up there. So both players have traded their cav mass. I guess we should put cav in quotes, considering that Chimu aren't cav. Shock troop. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we've got minimoult advancing, and I think these jungle bowmen are going to do pretty nice here. Uh-oh, not noticing. He's walking right into a trap. Oh, losing. He certainly did not want to just stand there in range of these musketeers. Explorer getting right on the snare. This is a great fight for A's. I think a good trade for him. But not game defining here yet. We got Chimu going on a raid. Oh boy. Get ready, guys. I mean, I feel like we need a Chimu emote in chat here if we had one. Here we go. Oh boy, and the Chimu's hit. Send the 31. Send the 31. Oh my gosh. What's going on in water down here? Just some more siege going on. Down go the villagers. Taking a huge hit to the eco. Meanwhile, minimoult, just macroing for a measly 2k gold at the moment. A's not really feeling a whole lot of anything, maybe a little bit extra wood. And A's saying, YOLO, we are going for this. Here come the cannons. Jungle Bowman going to kite back, but nothing to really steal the cannons at the moment unless these Chimu run up from behind. But these Chimu, I believe, will finish off these Hussars and could just run in at these Falcons. So looking really great. I think A's is kind of caught out of position, lost a lot of villagers, and isn't sure what to do with his army right now. Kind of surrounded. 51 villagers for the Inca versus 62 villagers for the British. Mind you, we have carded water out here going on. Okay, we got Chimu going in for some more raids on the British eco. So A's just struggling to get any food. He's got 600 wood right now, 36 villagers chopping wood, but his food production is very low. Meanwhile, looking at minimoult's economy, he's got lots of gold to spare, training some more Chimu. It does look like he did get his explorer back. Resurrected from the community plaza. And I think at this point, Inca's just going to starve him out. This gold mine's down. He's down to this northernmost gold mine at the moment. Forced to mills for everything else. Wow. This is just a killer last game of the series, guys. And I think just from all of these players have been so evenly matched throughout. There's been so many back and forth where we thought a game was going one way or the other. This is looking quite strong right now for minimoult if he does come out ahead here. But man, give it up for both of these players, A's and minimoult, playing to the very bitter end. And what a unique map to have for the very end. Oh boy, there's Chimu coming in on A's food production once again. Let's look at the resources there. Pretty much out of res. No gold income right now. That gold mine to the north. And still just not sure what to do with his musketeers. Yeah, I think some chat saying build walls, A's, build walls. Some walls certainly could have been nice here versus the Chimu raids. They're just so fast and hard to stop. We got Harakas coming in mid-map. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Can A's come back from this one? We've seen A's in difficult positions in this series before. Okay, we got the Harakas sieging. Man, just like, woo! Okay, here comes the elite Chimu. Moving in on these longbows, and those musketeers going down to these Haraka, taking shots on them. And it does look like A's minimoult is starting to spam. Lots of Harakas. We still have a few Chimu just chilling back there. Water is doing fine. Looks like he's starting to transfer over to gold as the fish have ran out on the sea. And those Harakas will start sieging down the outposts with their... what range these boys have? They have 20 range, 40 siege damage. And I think this... I don't know what A's can do at the moment, and it does look like the GG is called. Holy cow, guys. Well, with that comes the conclusion of... Let's add the score there. The conclusion of this best of 7 series, the ESOC TakkCafe Cup. And I see the GG's coming in chat. GG to both of these players. Really, really just well played throughout. Mini coming back to tie up the series there towards the middle. It just being back and forth every game. We saw a lot of Inca a lot of Inca being used out of Minimoult. Finally getting this Inca win on this last game. We saw some unique strategies. We saw Spanish mirror, British mirror, a German mirror. What a series for these players. And I started casting today at 2 p.m. My time is now going on 7:20 p.m. and my voice is just about completely gone. I wasn't sure how long the series was going to go on. Harrison had to go to bed. So I greatly appreciate ESOC having me on stream. This is my first time streaming on behalf of ESOC, I guess, here. But it's certainly been a pleasure and would love to do it again. But thank you to all our players. So it does look like I don't even have the right scene here. Let me I gotta turn the lights on. Alexa, turn on Air Office. I was gonna turn on the home city so we could show you guys the what's going on with the rest of this series. And I don't want to give the wrong information. Let's look at the post game of this really quick. Yeah, originally just Harrison was going to be doing all of the OBS stuff, so this was very last minute. I had to kind of throw things together. I have, my OBS set up for my streaming, but I did not have all of the ESOC stuff. So look at the resources here. Let's look at the timeline. Let's go right to the timeline. Villager-wise, I kind of called it early on. I thought that the Brits are going to have a really strong opening. They're going to get of course, way ahead in the Villagers, but then I really did believe that Inca would take over if he could draw the game out as far as with that water boom and with the houses. We have Minimoult's Villagers surpassing the British here as he hit age 3, but losing. This is when I thought the game was turning. I really felt that Minimoult was on the ropes. He lost. I mean, he went from 55 villagers down to 36. This was huge for him. So turning that around was just absolutely insane. Certainly those houses helped gathering resources. Look at that res. Being able to just completely outboom the British throughout this. I did definitely aces in the chat. I did want to say I enjoyed seeing a USA victory in the series. I have not seen. I don't think I've seen USA win in a tournament scenario. So that was very good to see. Let's look at that military count. And then there was that moment they traded their Cav army. And I don't know if Minimoult's in the chat right now, but I was really curious. What do you guys think? I felt like the Buccaneers, the Privateers in the small pond, weren't doing as much damage as they could have if they had been out here for most of the game. But then towards the end, he got some pops on this call, some shots on the. Ace says it sounds like that they were fine for him. It was supposed to go to, okay, Minimal says that these are supposed to go to the bottom pond. I kind of thought that they were.